It's time for Coalgate Wildcat Football, presented by First Bank. The Wildcats are brought to you by Brown's Funeral Service and your farmer's insurance agent, Lucinda Holland. The Coalgate Wildcats are sponsored by Shamrock Bank and Studeville Ford.
Left side, blitz coming. Quick pass, far side, caught by Trevathan. Tries to make a man miss. Stiff arm, still on his feet to the 45, to the 40.
The Wildcats are also brought to you by your local Texoma Chevy dealers, Cole County Farm Bureau, and Genesis Abstract.
It's the snap. Blitz coming. Picked up, now flush. Throws it deep down the field, has a man open, and it's caught at the 5. Walks into the end zone. Tate Diaz. Strike up the band. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Coalgate Wildcat Athletics are sponsored in part by the RX Shop, Cole County Tag, the Flower Garden, and Triple Heart Boutique. And now let's head to the field for your Coalgate Wildcats.
And good evening, everybody. We are live in Comanche, Oklahoma, Stevens County, Western Oklahoma. Thank you for tuning in and joining us. I am Cody Newberry, joined alongside, as always, Blaine Riley, Lyndon Burnett on the camera tonight as we bring you Coalgate Wildcat football from Comanche. The Coalgate Wildcats 1-3 on the season, 0-1 in district play, playing the Comanche Indians. They're also 1-3 overall, 0-1 in district play on this relatively warm night for the beginning, first weekend of October. Still in the 80s here. Kind of a brisk south wind blowing out here in Comanche. So wherever you are, however you are, thank you for joining us and tuning in. Got about 12 minutes and 45 seconds before kickoff. It is homecoming here in Comanche. We just got through with all of the homecoming festivities as they're fixing to start the pregame ceremonies. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll set you up for the Comanche Indians right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
45% of people put off buying life insurance according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of an illness or a tragic accident. Call your local farmer's agent, Lucinda Holland, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3745.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Life insurance issued by Farmers New World Life Insurance Company, Bellevue, Washington. Industry research conducted by Lima, and Life Happens in 2021.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Coalgate Athletics.
And we're back here on the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to see why Chevrolet is America's most dependable lineup of trucks. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. We've got about 9.5 minutes left here in the pregame shows. This broadcast being brought to you by First Bank. First Bank, a true local bank committed to making your dreams and plans possible. They invest in our communities. They invest in you. This is the 6th all-time meeting between Coalgate and Comanche. Comanche leads the all-time series 3-2. They were actually scheduled to play in 2020, but COVID, this was one of the 2 COVID games that got canceled that year. They first played back in 2011 in the playoffs where Comanche won 49-28. The last 4 meetings as district opponents has been split down the middle, 2 wins apiece for both teams. They last played here in Comanche in 2021, Comanche winning that contest 45-20. Coalgate did win last year against Comanche 54-36 in Coalgate. For the Comanche Indians, again, 1-3 on the season, 0-1 in district play. Third-year head coach Gary Robinson, he's 5-19 overall record, finishing last year 2-8 overall, 1-6 in district play. They did lose their final 6 games of the season. They're coming off a loss last week at Tishomingo, 46-29. In fact, their only win coming against a Texas S&S consolidated school, 33-20 in week 1. They've got a week 2 loss against Wynnewood, 31-6, and a week 3 loss to Kingston, 36-14. For the Comanche Indians, they're averaging 19 points per game while surrendering 33 points per game. Got about 8 minutes left here. We'll take one more break. When we return, we'll welcome Blaine Riley into the broadcast. We'll have the starting lineup presented by Triple Heart Boutique, as well as Blaine's keys to the game. When we return right here, this is Wildcat Football, presented by First Bank.
No one likes the hassle of going to the tag office. That's why Cole County Tag Agent Leslie Battles and staff work to give you prompt service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and even through lunch with no appointment needed. Cole County Tag Agency is a full-service motor license agency, providing registration renewals and title transfers for all types of vehicles, including boats, motorcycles, and ATVs. Driver's license renewals, real IDs, notary service, and now Pike Pass pickup location. Cole County Tag Agency, 28 North Main in Coalgate, a proud sponsor of Coalgate Athletics.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
There's something about Texas and Chevy. The Colorado, the Silverado 1500, the Silverado HD, and the Silverado EV. A Chevy lineup designed to tackle what Texans take on every day.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and now get $6,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus, Texas residents can get $3,000 bonus cash on Silverado LT models.
And we're back here in Comanche, about 5.5 minutes left here in the Texoma Chevy Dealers pregame show. It is Chevy Truck Month, and that's the best time to check out the rugged, powerful, and capable Chevy truck lineup. Chevrolet, together, let's drive. Again, this video stream being brought to you by First Bank. When your heart is set on something, it helps to have a partner who supports you. First Bank, here for possibilities. Visit firstbank-ok.com. Member FDIC. For the Coalgate Wildcats, 1-3 on the season, 0-1 in district play under third-year head coach Zach Cater. He's 8-16 is his overall record. Losing last week pretty decisively to the very, very talented Holdenville Wolverines, 62-0. Looking for back-to-back Week 2 district wins. Coalgate got a Week 2 district win last year when they played Comanche in Week 2. In fact, they played Holdenville week 1 last year, Comanche week 2 in district play, so the similar schedule as last year. Again, a reminder, Coalgate losing to Dixon in week 1, 35-14, losing to Antlers in week 2, 32-12. Their only victory coming against the Atoka Wampus Cats in the Boggy Bottom Bowl, 25-6. As we welcome Blaine Rowley into the broadcast, he has the Coalgate Wildcat starting lineup. Again, the Wildcat lineup brought to you by Triple Heart Boutique. Check out Wildcat Sports Corner for all your Wildcat gear. Triple Heart Boutique, located on Main Street in beautiful downtown Coalgate. Take it away, Blaine.
For the Wildcats on offense tonight, left tackle number 72, Ethan Nelson. The left guard, number 70, Axel McNutt. The center, number 52, Jet Burris. Right guard, number 78, Lucas Franklin. Right tackle, number 55, Walker Weston. In the backfield, starting quarterback, number 11, Colby Brown, joined by starting running back, number 4, Bryson Stowe. At wide receiver, number 2, Davis Grant. Number 15, Easton Loudermilk. Number 3, Weston Lackey. And number 1, Carson Viss. On defense for the Wildcats, defensive ends, number 72, Ethan Nelson, and number 6, Jace Burris. The nose guard, number 78, Lucas Franklin. Defensive tackle, number 15, Easton Loudermilk. At linebackers, the middle linebacker is number 5, Kyler Woods. Outside linebackers, number 23, Jet Walkup. And number 18, Reed Abels. The cornerbacks, number 11, Colby Brown, and number 24, Cato Pebworth. And at safety, number 2, Davis Grant, and number 4, Bryson Stowe.
That was your Triple Heart Boutique starting lineup. Check out Wildcat Sports Corner for all your Wildcat gear. Triple Heart Boutique, located on Main Street in Coalgate. As captains were on the field, I didn't see what happened.
It looked like Comanche won the toss, elected to receive. Coalgate will kick from right to left.
Coalgate in their road white uniforms. They're donning the purple hats tonight, white tops with black pants tonight. Comanche with their home red uniforms, red tops, white pants, and red helmets for the Indians. Blaine, as we kind of recap last week, maybe one to forget, a 62-0 loss to the Holdenville Wolverines. We left there thinking, Holdenville looked a little better maybe than they were last year. If there's one good thing come from that is you don't see them again. You're done with that. It's off the schedule and you move on to the next one.
That is definitely the best thing about that one last week for sure, is just that it's over with. You don't have to play them again. Moving forward here tonight, Comanche's a team that, as we talked about before we came on the air, they're down their starting running back. They like to throw it a lot anyway, but they're down their starting running back, so you think they may even try to throw it a little more. So defensively, you're going to have to be ready for the pass a lot tonight. And you're also, with doing that, knowing they're down their starting running back, you want to really stuff the run. You don't want to let them get going in the rushing attack. Really stuff the run, try to help make them one-dimensional and make it to where they pretty well have to throw to try to beat you. And then offensively, take care of the football. That's the biggest thing, and find some consistency. Try to find some consistency in the running game would be nice, to help out the passing attack a little bit.
On the season, Coalgate is -2 in the turnover margin as far as compared to the other teams. And also, for Coalgate, third down conversion has been a big problem for the Wildcats, 25% on the season third down conversion for the Wildcats. And, Blaine, I think that starts with getting positive yards on first and second down to try to trigger that third and short, or at least third and manageable.
Yeah, that third down conversion percentage, like you said, you've got to win on first and second down for that third down conversion percentage to start going up. Put yourself in some more manageable 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3s as opposed to 3rd and 10 plus, and you'll have a better chance to convert. One good thing, though, defensively, your numbers have been getting better third down conversion percentage-wise defensively. You're down to 32%. That's kind of where you want to be defensively third down-wise. So that's improving. Just got to keep building on that and get a little bit better on third down offensively.
Is it too early to kind of consider this maybe a must-win for either of these teams? Both these teams 0-1 in district play. You really hate to fall 0-2 in this district and really kind of start treading water from that point forward.
No, I don't think it's too early to say this is a must-win game at all. If you have any aspirations or goals at all of really trying to scratch and claw and find your way into the playoffs, you're going to have a win tonight to do that, either team in that regard.
Jet Walkup getting set to kick the ball off. Again, Coalgate right to left on your radio dial, wherever you are, however you are. Sit back, relax, kick your feet up, get you a beverage. Let's enjoy the ball game together here all the way in Stevens County. And here we go. It's a line drive kick down the bounces at the 15 up to the 20 to the 25 to the 30. Still on his feet to the 35 and finally taken down about the 37-yard line. Pretty good kick return that time by Comanche as, again, they go left to right on your radio dial. And we'll see the Coalgate defense right off the bat.
Yeah, nice kick by Walkup. Kind of put it a little bit in no man's land where it had to bounce, but the Comanche returner did a good job of finding a lane once he picked it up, and would like to have seen a little bit better coverage there for the Wildcats. Let him get 22 yards on that return, or actually more like 23, all the way out to the 38.
So Comanche comes out on offense first. Again, they won the toss. They did elect to go on offense. They're going to go spread formation, shotgun. Quarterback Van Sickle gets the ball, handoff, running back up the middle, and runs right into the defensive line. Good job there by Coalgate to stuff the run there right out of the box. Looks like number 18, Reed Abels, the freshman, making the stop.
Yeah, good job by that defensive line of holding their gaps, letting the linebackers come in and fill that in and get the runner on the ground. Looks like they gave him a yard on that one, so it'll be 2nd and 9 from the 39.
Two receivers to the right side of the formation. Running back flanking Van Sickle to his left. It's going to be a pass. Blitz coming up the middle, forcing Van Sickle to his left. He's going to tuck it and run. Stiff arms a defender crossing the 40 down to the 42, and we got a flag come out.
Yeah, I'm afraid they're maybe going to get a horse collar or face mask, one or the other, on the tackle.
Initially picked up about 3 on that run down to the 43-yard line. We'll see what the play is. It is a face mask against Comanche. Actually, the stiff arm.
Oh, okay.
The stiff arm actually was right into the face mask of the Coalgate defender. So that'll be 15 yards, or no, that's a 5-yard penalty.
That's one you don't see called just a whole lot, but you'll definitely take it. That backs them up to, looks like, about the 36. It's 5 yards from the spot where it happened, I guess.
Yep.
So
it'll be 2nd down and 12. Now 3 receivers to the right. Shotgun formation. Van Sickle gets the snap. Looking to pass, throws it out in the flat, and it falls on the ground. Incomplete pass. Kind of a long pass there you're asking your quarterback to make from the far hash to the near side.
yeah, that is a long pass across the field from the far hash mark just about all the way over to the numbers on the near side of the field, and skip that one there. And, you know, for the Wildcats, that play wasn't going to go much of anywhere. Looked like they had that read pretty well, had 3 Wildcat defenders in the area, was going to get him on the ground pretty quickly, you would think. So read pretty well defensively.
Here's the play, 3rd down and 12. Van Sickle on the run, looking, throws on the run, and it's going to fall incomplete. It'll be a 4th down and 12 now coming up from the Comanche 36-yard line.
Really good first series defensively for the Wildcats. That, you know, you gave up a short play there. If he had caught it, would have only gained 4 or 5 yards on 3rd and 12 and wasn't able to hang on to it anyway, but you had it defended even if he had caught it. So a really good first series defensively. See if you can get some decent field position with a nice return here from Bryson Stowe.
Van Sickle, the quarterback, lines up to punt. Bryson Stowe standing at his own 30-yard line. Here's the snap. Here's the kick. High booming kick. It's going to drop at the 30, take a Comanche roll now down to the 25, and that's where it'll be stopped, and that's where the Wildcats will take over. Their first offensive series will start at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, not a bad punt. Took a pretty good Comanche roll on that one. Probably a wise decision to not try to field that one as it was fairly short before taking the bounce, and Wildcats will take over 1st and 10 from their own 25 for their first series offensively.
10:37 to go here in the first quarter from Comanche, Oklahoma. This will be the 2nd game of district. Got a lot of pivotal games this week. Davis with an upset loss last week. Dibble pulling a quick one up on Davis. Wildcats going to go super wide here. 5 receivers. Now a man in motion. Brown gets the snap. Quarterback design run up the middle now to the right side of the 30. And good chunk of yards there on 1st down. Quarterback design run, quarterback draw. Picks up 7 or 8. Picks up 8. All the way down to the 33-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Yeah, I really like that play design, Cody. You have spreading everybody out, going 5 wide, get the defense spread out. Kobe Brown is, you know, you don't think of him as a great runner. He's not super explosive, but he does a good job of picking his lanes and has enough speed to get 8 yards on that quarterback draw. Nice play.
Same formation, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Now Bryson Stowe in motion and another quarterback draw. This time read better, though, by Comanche. And it's going to say forward progress got Brown back to the original line of scrimmage. So no gain on that play. It'll be 3rd down and 2 coming up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, the Indians read that one a little better that time, limiting him to no gain. But you've got yourself here in the third down you want. You've got a 3rd and 2, 3rd and very manageable here. Got to try to convert this one.
Split receivers, 2 to both sides. And they're going to get 5 yards. There's the hard count that Coalgate has gotten so good at over the last couple of years. That'll be enough for a 1st down that moves the chains.
And that's when it's so deadly, too, that hard count, is when it is 3rd and short. Everybody's gearing up to really fire off the ball for a short yardage play. That's when it's so hard to not jump and get that free 5 yards. And this time it results in a 1st down because you only needed 2. So now it's 1st and 10 from the 38.
9:15 to go here in the first quarter. Coalgate picks up their first down of the game. Now 3 receivers to the left. This by himself to the right. Bryson Stowe flanking Brown to his right. High snap, handoff Stowe. Tries to get to the near edge. He does. To the 40, to the 45, to the 50. Makes a man miss to the 45. And taken down just shy of the Comanche 40. No flags on the field. Good hard running. Nice open field running to see that hole open up for Stowe.
Yeah, good vision, good blocking initially by the left side of that offensive line, and then really nice blocking by both Davis Grant and Weston Lackey from their receiver positions on this near side of the field, kind of sealing that alley for Stowe to get an additional 10, 15 yards out of. Really nice play.
This offense does ask the receivers to do some blocking, and we've seen that improve over the last couple of years. Now 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Empty backfield for Brown. Gets the snap, looking to pass, steps up. And it's miscommunication as Grant cut in. Brown threw deep. Luckily falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, like you said, just a little miscommunication there. Brown and Grant not on the same page as far as what route was being run there. And luckily that one was well overthrew everybody, including all of the Comanche defense by a long ways. So 2nd and 10, no harm, no foul. Live to play another down.
Bryson Stowe now in the pistol position, lined up behind Brown in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff. Stowe up the middle now, bounces to the outside to the left, crossing the 40, and I believe he just got about a yard on that run down to the 42. It'll be 3rd down and 9 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, not much room on that one. He really didn't do much over just getting back to the line of scrimmage. Very negligible gain, and now you got the kind of 3rd down you don't want to be in here. You're 3rd and long, 3rd and 10. However, you are, in plus field position here, so you got to figure you got 2 downs to pick up this 10 yards. You got to try to get a pretty good chunk of it here and set yourself up with a 4th and short at worst.
Potential 2-down territory, pistol position. 3 receivers. Now Stowe motions out of the backfield. Brown looking to pass across the middle, and it's high. Over the head of Loudermilk and too far in front of Lackey, falls incomplete. See what the Wildcats choose to do here. It'll be 4th and 10 from the Comanche 39-yard line.
Yeah, that's one. They had pretty good coverage on Loudermilk on that one. Kind of had him double covered up the seam and had to throw that one high, just trying to fit it into him anywhere and couldn't quite get it. Now you got 4th down.
Wildcats appear to line up to go for it. They do. Here's the snap. Brown rolling to his right. Now throws back to the near side. Wide receiver set up for Grant. Cuts inside to the 35, to the 30, to the 25. Fumbles the football, and Comanche comes away with it. Davis Grant is stripped before he went down. Fumble on the play, and Comanche has the ball now after the turnover. A potential 1st down play for the Wildcats. That's a big turnover for Coalgate.
Yeah, that's too bad because you had that play set up nicely. You had the 1st down already by several yards, was already past the sticks, and just got to have a little better ball security than that. Got stripped and ran it back a little ways out to the 30-yard line, and that's where Comanche will take over.
Comanche went backwards their last time they had the ball. Van Sickle back in at quarterback. He's being flanked by number 23, Clayton Smith. It's a quarterback design run. Quarterback draw off the middle. Hasserman run to the 35. Sheds a tackle to the 40, then tackled from behind by Burris at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, not real good tackling on that one. Looked like somebody for the Wildcats, I believe it was Grant, tried to just kind of hit him with a shoulder check, and he kept on trucking. Got to wrap up. Got an additional 7 or 8 yards from not wrapping up.
6 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's still scoreless, 0-0 here in Comanche. Plenty of time on the play clock. That doesn't seem right to me, but shotgun formation. Van Sickle gets the snap. Handoff Smith up the middle, sheds a tackle, crossing the 45, taken down just shy of the 50 to the 49. Picks up about 6 yards on that first down run. Now 2nd down and 4 coming up for the Indians.
Yeah, pretty good blocking by that right side of the Comanche offensive line, getting him 6 yards there on that first down before the Wildcats could get him down, make it 2nd and 4 from their own 49.
Same formation. Van Sickle with the snap. Another handoff to Smith. Runs right up the middle and has enough for a first down. We've seen now a couple of plays here where it's been some chunk yards for the Indian offense. Moves the chains down to the Coalgate 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for Comanche.
Yeah, you did a really good job that first series of giving up basically nothing on 1st and 2nd down and getting them into an obvious passing situation in 3rd and long. This series so far, just giving up too many big plays on 1st down, making it too easy in the subsequent set of downs.
Here's the play, another handoff to Smith around the left side, but read better that time. Kyler Woods comes in from his linebacker position. That play goes backwards, loses a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 12 now for Comanche.
Yeah, really good play that time, getting into the backfield, getting him down for a loss of about 2 on that one, back to the 48 to make it 2nd down and 12 from there. And that's more what you got to do. You got to win on 1st down. Make it tougher for them to just keep grounding and pounding on you and getting those 1st downs.
Moves the ball back to the Coalgate 48. Here's the snap. Fake handoff. Van Sickle rolling to his left, throws out into the flat. Caught by the big number 40. Steps out of bounds just on the inside of the 40-yard line to the 39. Picks up positive yards. Going to be about 3-4 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 3 coming up now for Comanche.
Yeah, pretty good play design there. The play action fake, getting the quarterback rolling out to his right, and did a good job of finding him, and he was able to kind of plow through a couple defenders and get a couple extra yards, set up a more manageable 3rd down here, 3rd and 3 from the 39. Figure this is possibly 4-down territory for Comanche as well.
Barring a negative play. Here's the shotgun formation. Quarterback draw up the middle. Has the first down, crossing the 35 down to the 32. And we've seen the Indians start to get a little bit of rhythm here on their second offensive series. Another first down for the Indians.
Yeah, getting in a better rhythm and sometimes just getting some momentum. Your defense gave you some momentum getting that turnover. Sometimes just gets you jump-started a little bit, and the offense has done a good job of taking that momentum and getting into a little bit of rhythm here. Wildcats got to come up with an answer.
Shotgun formation. Van Sickle with a snap. Handoff Smith up the middle. Has a big hole to the 30, to the 25. Taken down right at the sticks. I believe he may have enough for a first down. It looks like a 10-yard run. And that is going to be enough to move the chains. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line of Coalgate. Coalgate defensive line kind of getting gashed here the last couple of plays.
Yeah, just too much room up the middle on that one. Got to get big inside and eat up those blocks a little better.
Here's a snap, another handoff. Smith, and he could go to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to be taken down just shy of the end zone, all the way down to the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal now for Comanche from the Coalgate 1.
Yeah, on that one, it looked like a couple linemen did a good job getting off their blocks pretty quickly. They just kind of overran him, kind of ran right past him as he was going through the hole and set up a big play for 21 yards down to the 1.
1st and goal here for Comanche. Quarterback draw up the middle, and they're going to give it to him. He's in. Breaks the plane. Touchdown, Comanche. The Indians strike first after they caused a fumble by Davis Grant. Drive at the length of the field. I believe it was a 70-yarder.
Yep, 70-yard touchdown drive on would be 9 plays for 70 yards.
Comanche lining up for the extra point. Pretty good field goal kicker in pregame warm-ups. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way, and the kick is good. 7-0 as the Indians strike first on homecoming. 3:43 to go here in Comanche. We'll take a break and be back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
As Oklahomans, we look out for one another, and at Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, it's no different. With agents like Kevin Haney right here in Cole County, we always have someone close at hand with the advice and guidance you need to help you find affordable coverage and products for your home, auto, farm and ranch, business, life, and annuities. Please call Kevin Haney at 580-927-2324 or visit okfbinsurance.com today. Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies. Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, made of and made for Oklahomans.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
And we're back here in Comanche after the first quarter score for the Indians. 7-0 as Comanche strikes first here on homecoming night. Here's the kickoff. Short line drive kick through the hands. I'm not sure, it may have tipped. And it goes all the way into the end zone. It's a touchback. They're saying it was not touched.
I'll take it. That was definitely touched. Weston Lackey touched that trying to catch it, and he shouldn't have. Freshman mistake of trying to catch that. Wildcats just caught a break.
That was a missile off the foot. So back to the 20-yard line would be the Wildcats where they start their second offensive possession here. We've seen them move the ball, Blaine, the first time they had it.
Yeah, if you're the Wildcats.
Unfortunate for the fumble.
Just keep doing what you were doing that first drive. Just hang on to the ball. Okay, just a little bit better ball security. But you were moving the ball well, ran it well, threw it well a couple times, had some nice screen plays. So you've got some rhythm. Just keep it going and have a little better ball security.
Rowdy Hemphill in the game for the first time. It's going to be a jet sweep to Stowe around the near side. Has the edge to the 25 and steps out of bounds at the 28. Picks up 8 yards on that first down run. We've seen Stowe a couple of times now get that edge. Actually got him 9. It'll be second down and 1 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and I really like that play design too, because you give it to Stowe on kind of the jet sweep, and then you had Hemphill in the backfield to begin with as your running back, and you got him out in front as a lead, another lead blocker on the edge. Really nice play design.
Split formation for the Wildcats. Hemphill flanking Brown to his left. Here's the snap, handoff. Hemphill gets the yard to the 30 to the 34. Moves the sticks almost to the 35. It'll be a fresh set of downs for the Wildcats. Now 1st and 10 from their own 35.
Yeah, nice run there, getting 6 yards there on that 2nd and 1 for a new set of downs. Blocked up pretty well, and then another good, tough run, as always, by Rowdy Hemphill. Finishes tough, falling forward, getting 6 yards on a first down.
Lackey and Grant, wide receivers to the left. Loudermilk and Stowe, wide receivers to the right. Hemphill still in the game. Here's the snap. Handoff Hemphill. Lowers his head, pushes the pile for a yard. Minimal gain there for the Wildcats. It'll be 2nd and 9 now for Coalgate.
Yeah, that one was defended pretty well. Not much there. All he could do is get a yard on that one, make it 2nd and 9 from the 36.
2:45 to go here in the first quarter. 7-0.
To me, so far, Cody, offensively, I think when you get the ball out on the edge, you have a chance to really win. I think you've got more team speed when you can get the ball out on the edge than Comanche does defensively.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Brown rolling that way to the right, throws out into the flat, has Loudermilk in his hands and drops it at the 40-yard line. Incomplete pass, 3rd and 9 now for Coalgate.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Loudermilk wasn't going to be a huge gain, but was going to get you at least 5 or 6 yards there on 2nd and 9 and make 3rd down a lot easier. Just wasn't able to bring it in. Now you've got 3rd and long from your own 36-yard line.
We talked pregame trying to stay ahead of the chains. 3rd and longs are not usually conducive for winning football games. 3rd and 9, split formation. Play clock down to 6. Shotgun formation. Brown gets the snap. Looking to throw. Throws it deep down the field. Intended for Stowe, and it is incomplete. Stowe had to kind of turn around and come back for it. Slid out of bounds. Incomplete pass. Now 4th and 9 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, you had a chance. You got Stowe one-on-one there, trying to run kind of a corner route. Just that ball just didn't come out of Colby Brown's hand really clean. It kind of was fluttering from the beginning, and Stowe wasn't able to quite get back to it and make a play. Bring up 4th and 9. Would think the Wildcats will probably end up backing up and punting this one.
Tried to get Comanche to jump. Didn't go into the neutral zone. Now Brown is going to take a couple of steps back. No returner back for the Indians. Here's the snap. Low punt, but it's going to take a Coalgate roll to the 40, to the 30, to the 25, and it's going to be down to the 24-yard line. So pretty decent punt there by Brown. Didn't get maybe more than 7 foot off the air, but took a good roll. And but Comanche will take over at their own 24.
But it's effective, and that's part of what the trying to draw them off sides does as well, is it makes it where they don't have a returner. And so then you get that good bounce, and there's no returner to scoop it up and keep it from running. That winds up being a 40-yard punt.
Yep.
Down to the 24.
So we've seen the Wildcat defense give up a 70-yard offensive series the last time out. Shotgun formation for Van Sickle. Smith in the backfield to his left. It's going to be a handoff to Smith up the middle. Read a lot better that time by the Wildcat defense. No gain on that play. It'll be 2nd and 10 now for the Indians.
Yeah, better job of just being big there in the middle and eating up some blocks and letting the linebackers come in and help. I think that's what you kind of didn't get accomplished as well on that last drive, was you didn't eat up enough blocks on the interior of the offensive line, and you let some linemen get up to that second level and get some blocks on your linebacker. That's what always keys a good running game. So better job defensively on that play.
Shotgun formation. Van Sickle gets the snap, looking to throw. Has time, steps up, throws across the middle, and it's caught just shy of the 40. About a 15-yard pickup there for Comanche on that in route. Moves the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Indians.
Yeah, good route on that one. Good throw. Finding the hole in the Wildcat defense there for 16 yards and a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 40. Believe that is the first completion of the night. No, they have 2 completions.
Now 60 seconds on the game clock here in the first quarter. Man in motion. Handoff to Smith. Up the middle, crossing the 40 to the 43. They're going to mark him at the 44. Picks up 4 yards on that run. It'll be 2nd and 6 now for Comanche.
Yeah, they tried to deceive you a little bit on that one. Good job of keeping your eyes in the right spot, not letting that go for a big play, getting them down after just about a 4-yard gain to make it 2nd and 6.
82 degrees here in Comanche. Relatively warm first weekend in October. Here's the play, handoff it in. Smith up the middle, pushing the pile, falls just shy of the 50. They're going to mark him at the 50. That's a pretty good spot there by the officials. They're going to mark him right at the 50, and that's going to move the chains 1st and 10 in what will likely be the final play of the first quarter. Smith having some success at the running back position. And it looks like the Comanche coaches, Coach Robinson, content to take this to the second quarter. And that's where we'll go to. We'll take another break and be right back here. This is Wildcat Football, presented by First Bank.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
And we're back here in Comanche as we start the second quarter. 1st and 10 for Comanche. Quick throw to the near side. Caught down the sideline at the 40. Pushed out of bounds by Kobe Brown at the 38-yard line. Going to be a couple of yards shy of the first down. 2nd and 2 coming up now for Comanche.
Yeah, just a little, about an 8-yard out there along the sidelines. Caught. Wildcats did a good job of pushing him out of the bounds pretty well immediately, but that's a gain of 8 on first down to make it 2nd and 2.
So after that first drive by Comanche, they've really been playing in front of the chains, getting positive yards on 1st and 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 2. Handoff Smith and got a flag from the far side. I believe we're going to have a false start against Comanche. So that'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Well, that'll help the Wildcats out a little bit. You had them, they had you at a 2nd and short. Now you push them back to a 2nd and 7. You're going to try to take advantage of that if you can, if you're the Wildcats.
Push the ball back to the Coalgate 47-yard line. And Comanche looking for their 2nd win of the season. As is Coalgate, shotgun formation. Blitz coming. Ball's on the ground. Van Sickle falls on it, but we've got a flag. Too. So Van Sickle loses about 5 or 6 yards back to the Comanche 48-yard line. A late flag comes in the area of holding. It is a hold against Comanche.
I would think about maybe declining that because it's going to be third and
13,
about 12 or
12.
13 if you decline it.
As compared to a 2nd and about 15.
And that's what Coach
16,
Cater does.
Yep. So he'll decline the penalty. It'll be 3rd and 12 coming up for Comanche. As they're back on their side of the 50. Looks like about the 47.5-yard line. They got to get to the 40 of Coalgate.
This is one of them. It's a 3rd and long, but you want to try to not even give up 8 or 9 yards here and make them think about going for it.
Here's the play, shotgun formation. Van Sickle tucks and runs, crossing the 50 to the 45 to the 40, still on his feet to the 35 and tackled from behind. I believe it was a quarterback draw the whole way. Van Sickle took advantage, had a lot of room up the middle, moves the chains on that 3rd and 12 all the way down to the Coalgate 34-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Indians.
It's just really poor pursuit and tackling by a couple of Wildcats there. 2 different guys should have had him after about a 5-yard gain and just overran it, just completely overran it.
So Van Sickle with his legs moves the chains. As we've seen, the Wildcats give up against a very, very talented Holdenville team, over 500 rushing yards last week, and we've seen the rushing game so far be the kryptonite for the Wildcats so far in the first quarter. Blitz coming. Smith runs right into the blitz, pushes the pile almost to the 30, picks up about 3 yards on that first down run. 2nd and 6 now coming up for Comanche.
Yeah, defended a little better that time, limiting it to about 3 or 4. Is that a flag? I think we've got a flag.
There is a flag right at the, I think it may be
kind of thrown in the
play.
time where somebody may have been saying something after the play on one team or the other.
It's a delay of game against Coalgate. I guess they maybe kicked the football or
Maybe kicked the
something.
ball after the official had spotted it, perhaps.
Yep. That's a 5-yard penalty, so now that makes that first down run actually a 9-yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 1 now. Ball spotted right at the 25-yard line, 2nd and 1.
Yeah, that's just the type of penalty you can't commit. Just an undisciplined penalty out of a little bit of frustration, move the ball and give them 5 free yards and make it 2nd and 1. Not a good play there by the defense.
Shotgun formation. Another handoff, Smith. And he's going to go nowhere. That was a good, solid play there. Weston Lackey, Kyler Woods in there on the play. No gain. It'll be 3rd and 1 now for Comanche.
Yeah, good job by Weston Lackey getting him low, and Kyler Woods coming in, finishing him off for no gain. Make it third and a yard here from the 25.
Rowdy Hemphill's into the game. We've seen Rowdy kind of been sitting on defense. He's now in at linebacker. So 2 senior linebackers now for the Wildcats with Wood and Hemphill. Shotgun formation. Quarterback draw up the middle. Pushes the pile, falls forward, and I think he's going to have enough for the first down.
Yeah, I think he needed
one. And another
one.
Flag comes in.
Wildcats are all acting
They're
like
excited.
This one's on Comanche. We'll see.
This is going to be after the play. This is unsportsmanlike.
If it's after the play, it's still going to be a first down, though, is the problem.
Yep.
Seems
we
like
await the word. Here's the personal foul against Comanche. So they will have the first down. They're kicking a player out.
Kicking him out. Well, that could be big if this is a lineman, because Comanche does not have very many linemen. We were noticing that in warm-ups.
6. They had 6 linemen warming up.
Oh, and it is a lineman, because they're grabbing a lineman to bring him in here, the coaches are, looks like. That could be huge in this game.
I think it's the center.
Oh, my gosh.
This could be big for Comanche. Not sure.
And they still haven't moved the sticks. I don't know if they are certain this was a first down or not. Down marker still says 3, and it's still at the same spot as it was before that last play started. As I suppose Comanche called the timeout here?
I would assume Comanche calls a timeout. We're actually trading out jerseys right now.
Interesting.
Okay, so the player changing jerseys is the backup quarterback was warming up in pregame. He was number 62. He's changing to number 19.
Okay.
I wonder if, we'll find out who the ejected player was.
Was it the quarterback?
Was it the quarterback? Because that was the backup quarterback that just changed his jersey to number 19.
Either way, it's huge, potentially, center or quarterback.
Okay, they did move the chains. It is 1st and 10, but the ball's marked back at the 39-yard line.
Which is correct,
That's
what it
the right
should
play,
be.
Yes. Okay, so haven't figured out who. It is a different quarterback.
Is it a different center as well, though?
No, it's still the same
Okay, so it must
center.
have been the quarterback that got ejected. Wow.
But I don't see the quarterback is on the sideline. So now number 19 is the quarterback. He's a heavier player. It's going to be a quarterback design run up the middle, and he does the same thing as the previous quarterback.
Well, in some ways, I started to say, looking at just his body type, if that's what they want to try to do, I'm not sure that running, if they're wanting to just do a lot of quarterback run, they might not be better off with him.
I didn't have 62 on the roster, nor do I have a 19 on the roster. So it's just going to be quarterback number 19 tonight. 2nd and 3, same play. Quarterback design run, tackled from behind is Lackey. Picks up a couple of yards on that second down run. It'll be 3rd and 2 coming up for Comanche on the same play.
And at this one, I know it's hard, but almost I don't know if you really saw him throw much in warm-ups, but with what they're looking to do right now, I would almost just sell out and bring everybody. And if he throws it and beats you, tip your hat to him on a play and then move on.
Well, in warm-ups, there was a definite difference between the two quarterbacks. Same run up the middle.
That's all they're going to do with him.
Crossing the 30 to the 25. Loses it at the end, but he does fall on it. Down to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, you're going to have to start just selling out. They're not going to throw it with him unless they just absolutely have to.
There was a definite difference between the two quarterbacks in warm-ups, from Van Sickle to this player here. So it is a first down. Ball spotted at the 21-yard line of Coalgate. Another play. Up the middle, pushing the pile, crossing the 20. A little bit better that time by the Wildcat defense. Again, you've seen 9 Wildcat defensive players there in the box.
Yeah, and better job that time. You limited him to just 2 yards there on that first down. So that's what you're going to have to do is pretty well dare them to throw it with him. Bring everybody up close, see if they want to try it, but dare them to do it.
Looks like that's the way the Wildcat defense is going to line up. They're bringing even the strong safeties down into the box. They're going to let him throw here. Throws to the near side. It's caught out in the flat. He's wide open to the 10, to the 5. The Wildcat defender was in the end zone, and the receiver was at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Comanche.
Yeah, I don't know what happened on that one or why or how he got that wide open. Definitely should not have been, but as it is, he can hit a guy that's wide open by 10 yards, and they get a touchdown out of it. Just a weird series there all around, weird series of events.
13-0, 7:18 to go, pending the extra point here for Comanche, as the Indians are gathering a little bit of momentum here in the first half, now scoring on consecutive offensive possessions. Snapback, ball down, the kick on the way. The kick is up, and it is barely good, but it is good. I think it was tipped.
I think a Wildcat got a piece of it, just didn't get enough of it to keep it from going through.
Nonetheless, 14-0, 7:18 to go here in the second quarter. We'll take another break. This is Wildcat football on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
When it comes to gifts that wow them, start your journey at the Flower Garden at 32 North Main in Coalgate. Whether it's planning that big event or you just remembered your wedding anniversary midway through the workday, the Flower Garden can get the gift you need right and on time. Follow the Flower Garden on Facebook or book online 24/7 at theflowergardencolgate.com. The Flower Garden, proudly serving Coalgate and surrounding areas since 1945.
There's something about Texas and Chevy. The Colorado, the Silverado 1500, the Silverado HD, and the Silverado EV. A Chevy lineup designed to tackle what Texans take on every day.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and now get $6,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus, Texas residents can get $3,000 bonus cash on Silverado LT models.
And we're back after that touchdown drive by the Comanche Indians, 14-0, 7:18 to go here in the second quarter. Now awaiting the kickoff here for the Indians. Ball teed up at the 40-yard line. Here's the kick, line drive kick, and fielded on the run at the 15 to the 20, and Davis Grant steps out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Decent return there by the Wildcats. Be 1st and 10 from their own 28.
Yeah, and after that last drive by the Indians that was 15 plays for 76 yards and a touchdown, this kind of feels like a got-to-have-it drive at this moment in the game if you're the Wildcats.
That was my next question. Again, in what we figure is kind of a must-win, this is kind of a must-drive here for the Wildcat offense.
Looks like Davis Grant
is going to come in at quarterback now. Being flanked by Bryson Stowe to his left. Here's the snap. Quarterback draw. Around the left side. Has room to run to the 35, to the 40, to the 45. Still on his feet to the 50. And that's what Davis Grant gets you at quarterback. A different set of athletic skills all the way down to the Comanche 45-yard line. 1st down and 10 for Coalgate.
Yeah, 27-yard run there on 1st down, ripped off by Davis Grant. And you know, we talked on the Wildcats' last offensive series, you kind of have the speed advantage if you can get to the edge, and I think that gets even bigger with Grant at quarterback. If you can get him out on the edge running the ball, really got a speed advantage.
And with Stowe at running back, he's flanking Grant to his right. They run into each other. Grant tucks and runs up the middle, taking down just shy of the 40 to the 41, about 5 yards on that run. It'll be 2nd down and we'll call it 6. 2nd down and 6 now for Coalgate.
It's a nice play on 1st down, though. Not huge yardage, but enough yardage to kind of keep you on schedule. 2nd and 6. Get another 4 or 5 yards, and you set yourself up with a 3rd and manageable.
Davis Grant, your 2nd leading rusher on the season coming in tonight, 131 yards. Actually, excuse me, wrong.
He's your leading rusher.
No, he's your leading rusher, 140 yards.
So he's up to about 170 after them last 2 runs in.
5.4 yards per carry, which is to go up barring the last two.
And a flag.
And a flag comes in. It'll be offsides. Goodness, that was early.
That
Lined
was
up
awful
in
early. Wonder if they made a little contact almost or something. I didn't see it.
I didn't see anybody move. I think they just got him for lined up offsides. Well, that's 5 yards for Coalgate. It'll be a 2nd and 1 now, down to the Comanche 36.5.
Sets up the most advantageous down and distance in the world you can have, Cody. 2nd and a yard.
3 receivers to the right. Grant gets the snap. It's going to be a pitch to Stowe. Has the edge to the 35, to the 30, makes a man miss to the 25, steal to the 20, tackled from behind, and the ball comes out.
He's down. He's down.
They're going to mark him. The officials are going to mark him down at the 14-yard line. But again, Blaine, that's twice you've seen the ball come out. Once by Grant, once by Stowe.
Yeah, that one doesn't concern me as much, though, because he was literally, like, rolled over on his back before that one come out. It was pretty obvious.
5.5 minutes to go here. Ball spotted at the 17-yard line. Pistol formation. Grant still in at quarterback. 2 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Kobe Brown actually in at quarterback to the left. 8 seconds on the play clock. Here's the snap. Low snap. Grant makes a man miss in the backfield. Now lowers his shoulder, goes forward, and I believe he's going to get just shy of the 15. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 16-yard line. We'll give him a yard on that first down run, 2nd and 9.
Yeah, really athletic move just to get a yard or two there. Had an unblocked defender that he had to make miss in a phone booth, and he got it done just to get that yard or two that he got. 2nd and long coming up.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left. Grant gets the snap. It's going to be another pitch to Stowe to the left. Tries to get to the edge. He does right at the line to gain. I think he may be about a yard shy, but more positive yards on that pitch to Bryson Stowe around the left edge. I think they're going to mark him about a yard shy. It'll be 3rd and 1 coming up now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that's going to be a really tough play to defend for this Comanche defense with the speed advantage that the Wildcats have with Grant and Stowe getting on the edge. That's a really nice play offensively to run. As they're down at what, right at the 10-yard line?
Yeah, they're like the 8-yard line.
Hard to see all the way to that far side of the field.
Yeah, the official on this near side standing at the 8. They actually bring in Kyler Woods now at fullback, Rowdy Hemphill. Kobe Brown back in at quarterback. Here's the snap. Handoff, Hemphill met in the backfield.
He's still
but
going.
Moves his legs, and he gets enough for the first down. That's what Rowdy Hemphill gets you. You need a yard, give it to Hemphill. Moves the chains. 1st and goal now for the Wildcats from the Comanche 6.5-yard line.
Yeah, good tough run that time. Was initially stopped, but did a good job of just kind of sensing where there was a soft spot and kind of spinning off of it, going forward a little more and getting that first down to about the 6, 1st and goal.
The Comanche fans thought they had him wrapped up. Now Jet Walkup into the game for the first time. Kobe Brown in at quarterback. Shotgun formation, gets the snap. Handoff, Walkup up the middle. Met at the line of scrimmage. Crosses the 5, though, down to about the 3. So positive yards on that first down run. Wildcats inching closer to the end zone. We've seen the Wildcats, Blaine, most of the season stall out in the red zone.
This is when it gets tough on this offense. The field gets more condensed. They've struggled in these situations. Got to find a way to punch this one into the end zone.
It is 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line. Obvious 4-down territory. The Wildcats do not kick field goals. Shotgun formation. Walkup still in the game. Now Davis Grant in motion. Handoff, Walkup. And he goes, I don't think he went anywhere.
I think he barely got back to the line.
They're going to
maybe got a yard.
They're going to give him a yard down to the 2. So Walkup leaves. Hemphill back into the game. 3rd and goal from the Comanche 2. Now 2:45 to go in this must-score territory here, Blaine. The Wildcats have got to have points here. 2 downs to get 2 yards, and the Wildcats quickly to the line of scrimmage. Wishbone formation. Brown gets the snap. Handoff, running back. Falls into the end zone, and he does. Strike up the band. Touchdown, Wildcats. Bryson Stowe sneaks it in for the Wildcats, and they're on the board 14-6, 2:28 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, good job of just getting tough, bringing in the wishbone package when you get down there to the 2-yard line, getting big. Bryson Stowe plows his way into the end zone for the 2-yard touchdown run to get the Wildcats on the board.
Third touchdown run on the year for Bryson Stowe, as the Wildcats call me a liar and go for the extra point here. Here's the kick. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. The kick is up, and the kick is good. How about that, Blaine? 14-7 in a must-score drive, and the Wildcats do it. 2:28 to go here before halftime. We'll take a break and be right back here from Comanche here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
The RX Shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their 2 daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
And the Wildcats get on the board after that impressive drive there, 14-7, now in favor of Comanche, awaiting the kickoff here for the Wildcats.
Yeah, quick drive summary, Cody. 9 plays, 72 yards, capped off with the Bryson Stowe 2-yard touchdown run.
I don't have the stats in front of me. That would be one of the longer drives of the season, scoring drives for the Wildcats
would be
this year.
For sure, yes. Probably only had a couple I can think of that would be 70-plus.
Yeah. Here's the kickoff from Walkup. Kicks to the near side, and it's going to go out of bounds at the 13, so the ball will be spotted at the 35. Again, trying to get in that little no man's land there, but this time got a little too close to the out of bounds.
Yeah, it was almost executed perfectly. Didn't go out of bounds by much. Just needed to have it about 5 yards farther on the field as it landed for it to not kick out of bounds.
So
good effort, though.
Here's the game reset here. 2:28 to go. The Wildcats with 3 timeouts. Comanche with the football at their own 35-yard line. They're down to their backup quarterback. I don't have his name. I just have his number. After the starting quarterback was ejected. Here's the play. Snap. Quarterback back to run under pressure. And
hold on.
Holding up.
He's
and
down.
That's got to be
grounding.
intentional grounding. Yep, that's going to be intentional grounding.
Was
that's
close
what
to
you
being
see as your backup quarterback. He didn't really know what to do under pressure with a blitz, so he's going to lose the distance, lose the down. Blaine, that's about a 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, and I started to say that's also was almost close to being just backwards to begin with, too, and be a fumble out of bounds. It was all about the same. And he was almost down as well. Like, it just a litany of issues.
Closer to a 15-yard penalty, all the way back to the 21-yard line. So what, a 14-yard penalty or 14-yard penalty on that intentional grounding. Now second down and 24. I was trying to do the math, Blaine.
Sorry, my stat deal had already popped it up. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to show off what little skills I might have.
You got more skills than you give yourself
swooping in
credit
and taking the thunder away from me.
I apologize.
Oh, now Comanche's going to call a timeout. They got to talk this over. 2:21 to go. We'll take a quick break and be right back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Coalgate Athletics.
And we're back here in Comanche, 2:21 after Comanche with a big intentional grounding by the backup quarterback who's in the game after their starting quarterback got ejected for a personal foul. It'll be 2nd down and 24 for Comanche. Again, Coalgate with all 3 timeouts left. Coalgate with an opportunity here, things go right, to get the ball back. That's almost a false start. And they're going to get Comanche with a false start. So there's 5 more yards, Blaine. This is playing out pretty well here for Coalgate to maybe try to steal some points here before halftime. This is going to put Comanche all the way back almost at their own 15, their own 14-yard line.
Yeah, it'll be 2nd and 29 now. And, and this clock still stopped as well, and you haven't had to stop it yet. That's big, too.
Shotgun formation, Coalgate showing blitz. Steps back to pass, has time, he goes down, sack. No, he gets it out, drops the ball, Just happened to find a receiver in the area. That quarterback, you could tell he's not comfortable passing the football under pressure.
No, not at all.
A gift for Coalgate, though, that stops the clock. No gain, 3rd and 29. Stops the clock with 2:11, Blaine. All you got to do here, don't let them get 29 yards.
Yeah, don't let them get close to 29 yards. Don't let them get 27, 28 here. Just let them get 5 or 10 and tackle, and you're going to get the ball back with 2 timeouts and still plenty of time to go score before half.
Shotgun formation. It's going to be a draw up the middle for the running back to the 25 to the 30, and another shoulder tackle. Tries to shoulder tackle are the Wildcats. They did get positive yards, but not enough. Coalgate's going to call timeout. Coach Cater is going to smartly call his first timeout. They got all the way down to their own 29-yard line. It'll be, what do we say, Blaine, about 4th and 15, pretty close to 15?
It'll be 4th and 17 from their own, actually 4th and 16 from the 29.
That's pretty close.
You were pretty close.
Close enough. Okay, so the clock stops with 1:59 to go. You got to figure Comanche's probably going to punt it here.
Mm-hmm.
So Coalgate will get the ball back. About 1:45 to go. A couple of timeouts left. They now have 2 timeouts left.
Hopefully maybe you can set up a return here and get yourself some decent field position out of it, too. That was the bad thing about that run. Yeah, they didn't get close to the sticks, but you gave up about 12 yards of field position with that.
Bryson Stowe standing at his own 40-yard line. The punter now going to stand at his own 16-yard line. So, Blaine, do you try to block the punt or do you try to set up for a return here?
I'd set up a return.
Here's the play. Here's the snap. Coalgate, it's a short line drive punt, but a flag is thrown where the kicker was.
Goes out at about the 46.
Nobody ran into the kicker.
No, they weren't close to the kicker. This has got to be a hold.
Got to be a hold. The ball went out of bounds at the Coalgate 46-yard line.
And if it's a hold on them before the kick, I think you just decline it because this is good field position at the 46.
I think that's too many men on the field. Or is that illegal formation?
Yes, I believe maybe so.
I think Coach Cater is going to want them to punt it again. Nonetheless, it's a penalty against Comanche. I believe it was illegal formation.
Honestly, I'm kind of surprised you're making them punt it again. You had a good field position at the 46.
Unless it's a 10-yard penalty, and I believe it is.
It may be. I can see if it's a 10-yarder.
That's a 15-yarder.
Oh.
Whoa, they're going all the way back to the 14-yard line. Okay, yeah, that's the right decision to make.
Yeah, definitely so. If it's that big a penalty, a 15-yarder, yeah, make them repunt.
So I'm not sure that obviously
not really sure what that penalty is, that signal, but it's a 15-yarder. So
the punter now standing at his own 3-yard line. Bryson Stowe all the way up to the Comanche 40. Here's the punt, snap, gets it away. My goodness, that's a high booming punt. And I think it touches Coalgate.
No, I don't think it did. Surely not. They're not acting like it did.
There is a flag.
But if this is a penalty on you for holding, then you're going to end up with worse field position than you would have had if you had declined the penalty, which is just how it works out. Like, I know a 15-yarder, you can't fault Coach Cater for taking it, but it may end up working out where we would have had better field position declining it.
But you'd like to see – that was a high kick. You'd like to see maybe Bryson Stowe at least come in and
fair catch it. That should have been fair caught. That was up there long enough to fair catch and save your field position.
They're going to get a holding against Coalgate.
Mr. Lyndon Burnett on the camera has looked up that signal from the previous penalty. It is illegal participation.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess that's maybe a player maybe not on the roster, a number that's not on the roster, the official roster being in on the play perhaps.
Nope.
Now they're saying Coalgate touched it. Is that what they're saying now?
I think they did. It's a hold against Coalgate. Decline. Yeah, that was –
wow.
Yes. I mean, I seen it from here. Colby Brown was the one running around it and was right there around the ball. Your kick returner didn't tell anybody where the ball was.
Yeah, Stowe has got to do a better job of two things. Like you said, telling people to get away from it. But number one, as long as that one was in the air, like you said, he's got to fair catch that. It hung up there long enough. Run up and make the fair catch.
So the Wildcats squander a beautiful opportunity to put points on the board, and now the Wildcat defense has to come back out. Coach Cater throws his headset across the field, and we're going to have 15 more yards tacked onto this.
Well, and I can understand his frustration. That should have been called before you ever even sorted out the penalty. Like, that should have been immediately signaled if you were going to give Comanche the ball. They waited until after they huddled and talked and called a penalty and then come back and said, oh, yeah, by the way, it's Comanche's ball. That should have been signaled immediately.
So I'm afraid you're going to get 10 yards for the – no, that was declined. You're going to get 15 yards here. Now Comanche with a pretty good opportunity to put points on the board before halftime, as this penalty is going to take Comanche all the way down to the Coalgate 37-yard line.
Wow, just a huge turn of events. And once again, you can't really fault the decision to make them punt it again because it was such a big penalty field position-wise potentially, but you had it at the 46.
So Comanche will have the football now, 1:41 to go. They've only got one timeout. And a backup quarterback. So now we've seen a couple of unsportsmanlike conducts against both teams. I think both these teams understand the importance of this football game. You hate to go down 0-2 in district play. Here's the shotgun formation. Handoff Smith up the middle, met in the backfield. Rumbling and stumbling. Breaks a couple of blocks, crossing the 35, down to the 34, and Comanche quickly on the football. Another handoff, Smith, right side.
Wrap up.
And he goes down, still trying to push the pile. Jet walk up first Wildcat there in on the play. No gain. 3rd and 6 now coming up for Comanche.
Yeah, and a lot better job of wrapping up that time by the Wildcats. Getting him down, no gain.
Comanche
making it a 3rd and long.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Now game clock 1:04. Shotgun formation. This time he's going to throw. Under pressure. Throws near side. And it's caught at the 30. But is going to be short of the line to gain. A better tackle that time by Lackey and Colby Brown. And Coach Robinson's going to call his final timeout. Going to stop the clock. 45 seconds to go here. It's going to be fourth
and about 4 from the 31 is what I've got.
As the marker says first down, but we know that's not right.
He's got it fixed now over there.
4th and 4 from the Coalgate, I believe, 31-yard line.
Huge play here for the defense. You had a bad break as far as what happened in the whole punt situation. Come out here, sudden change. You got a chance to get them stopped here. Would be huge to hold them to no points. No points before halftime. Huge play right here, 4th down. You do get the ball coming out of the half. Big play defensively.
You got to imagine it's 4th and 4, Blaine. We've seen a lot of success with their backup quarterback who has a lot of size.
Got to get lined up right here defensively.
Shotgun formation. He's going to pass. Steps back. Throws across the middle, and it's caught at the 25.
Clock's going to keep running. Nope.
It's going to stop momentarily to move the chains. It is enough for a 1st down. So now the clock is winding. 35 seconds to go. Down to the 24-yard line. Under pressure. Blitz coming. Throws far side, and it's caught and immediately tackled at the 17-yard line.
Not a first down, though, so the clock's still going to run.
Clock is going to move now. 20 seconds. Their field goal kicker, Blaine, we did see.
Why are we stopping the clock? Comanche don't have a timeout left.
I guess they do have a timeout left.
They didn't according to the scoreboard. They had one before they took the last one.
Well, now it says that we just have one timeout, so I guess there was a mistake on, I guess, the game part. I guess they give Coalgate a timeout instead of it was Comanche's timeout.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know. The board before the last timeout was what I had on my stat deal too.
So it stops the clock with 19 seconds to go. The ball is at the 17-yard line. In pregame warm-ups,
yeah, they're kind of in field goal range.
The field goal kicker was good if he was kicking from about the 20.
And that's why I think, and maybe you're getting down to the field's getting condensed enough now. I think we got to stop giving quite so much cushion out there on the edge to the receivers. We were given like 12 yards of cushion on that last play. If you'd have been closer to him, you could have fired on that and got an interception.
No more timeouts. 2nd and 2. Blitz coming. Picked up better. Throws across the middle into the end zone, and it's caught in the end zone between two Wildcat defenders. Davis Grant, Bryson Stowe. And what an unbelievable turn of events for the Wildcats and the Indians. The Indians were in a 4th and 29. Wildcat, for all intents and purposes, looked like they were going to get the ball back.
Well, just
here's
unfortunate.
The extra point here for the Indians here before halftime. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-7 with 14 seconds to go here before halftime. We'll leave it right here. Again, this broadcast being brought to you by First Bank. Be sure and stick around for the Flower Garden halftime show. We'll have the bands from both teams as well as scores from across the district. And a first half recap with the second half preview on the Flower Garden halftime show.
Yeah, quick drive recap after all the wackiness on the punt. That ended up being a 6-play, 37-yard drive for the touchdown for Comanche. Last play, a 17-yard touchdown pass. And now you got to figure you probably run the ball and go to halftime and regroup, and you get the ball out of half and go to work, see if you can bite into this lead right after halftime.
It is 21-7 in favor of Comanche here on homecoming night. Ball's going to be teed up at the 40-yard line. Bryson Stowe standing at his own 15.
And so far, if you think of it, the difference tonight, 2 turnovers that have resulted in 14 points for Comanche.
That is the difference. And Comanche, with 1 punt, I believe 1 punt and 1 turnover. Here's the kickoff. Deep kick down to the far side, fielded at the 20, up to the 25, to the 30, crossing the 30. I think they're going to mark him about the 32.
I believe that was Carson Viss that time on the return. Nice return out to the 32.
8 seconds to go. Probably going to guess that Coalgate may just take the knee here.
Yeah, part of you wants to be aggressive, and if you got a trick play, you like try it. But the other part says we're already down 14. If it goes bad, you don't want to potentially wind up down more at halftime. I figure you probably just run it.
Colby Brown in at quarterback. And it's just going to be a quarterback. It's going to be a pitch, actually, and it's read better that time by Comanche. That play is going to go backwards, and 0's on the clock, and Comanche has all the momentum going into halftime. Here in Comanche, 21-7. When we come back, we'll have some first half stats right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
As Oklahomans, we look out for one another, and at Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, it's no different. With agents like Kevin Haney right here in Cole County, we always have someone close at hand with the advice and guidance you need to help you find affordable coverage and products for your home, auto, farm and ranch, business, life, and annuities. Please call Kevin Haney at 580-927-2324 or visit okfbinsurance.com today. Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies. Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, made of and made for Oklahomans.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
And we're back here in Comanche. This is the Flower Garden halftime show. The Flower Garden will help you kick off any special occasion, both big and small, with an array of floral options. You can customize your own arrangements or save your stress and let our experts do it for you. You can call Leslie and the girls at 927-9100. Their Flower Garden in Coalgate. Again, 21-7 is the score here, 8:50 to go. Here at halftime as the Coalgate Marching Band makes their way onto the field. I believe we're going to have both bands tonight. Coalgate will be first, followed by Comanche. Blaine with some quick first half stats here.
Yeah, for the Wildcats, 7 first downs, 17 carries for 112 yards. So, honestly, probably your best running attack of the year so far. That's better than 5 yards a carry. Only 1 out of 5 throwing the ball for 19 yards. You've lost 2 fumbles. One is the punt, hitting Colby Brown, so not a traditional fumble, but still 2 turnovers that Comanche has converted into 14 points, the difference in the ballgame. You're 3 out of 5 on third down. That's an improvement. Only 1 penalty for 5 yards for Coalgate. Well, that's not right either because you had an unsportsmanlike 2 for 20. For Comanche, 14 first downs, 24 carries for 126 yards, 8 out of 12 throwing the ball for 86 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 7 penalties, 56 yards, 4 out of 7 on third down, 1 for 1 on fourth down.
We'll step aside here and let the pride of Coalgate, the Wildcat Marching Band, with their halftime performance. This is Wildcat football presented by First Bank. That was your award-winning Pride of Coalgate, the Wildcat Marching Band, under the direction of Mr. Tim Howell. Fantastic group of kids, did such an incredible good job. Went to Pauls Valley last week, won first place, I believe, for their for the classification that Coalgate Band is in. So that was the Wildcat Marching Band. We'll take another break and be right back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
When it rains, it pours, so it's important for you to get the coverage that meets your needs. Farmers Insurance agent Lucinda Holland can help you understand your options so you can prepare for what the forecast brings. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two. Learn more by calling agent Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3744 to find out how she can help you protect the things that matter most to you. That's Lucinda Holland.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
And we're back here in Comanche. Got about 8 minutes left to go here in the Flower Garden halftime show. It is a 21-7 lead for the Comanche Indians. Blaine talked briefly here, kind of the how big of momentum shift that was. It seemed like Coalgate was gathering a lot of momentum. Had they been able to get some points on the board, it would have been a whole different ball game coming out of halftime. But, a series of unfortunate events one way or the other. The Wildcats ended up touching the punt. Comanche comes away with the football. But just, how big, hope we don't look at the end of the game and say that might have been the deciding factor. That was the deciding moment in the game.
Yeah, it felt like it was a big moment at that moment in time. And once again, you can't really second guess the decision because with what the field position was, backing them up to punt again from deep inside their own 15. I mean, that's the right play. It just didn't turn out. It's unfortunate that it didn't turn out, but it didn't. But, yeah, a huge momentum swing. You were going to have good field position with a chance to go tie it before half and then get the ball coming out of half. And then, momentum swing, but the defense has got to do a better job of holding them after that. You kind of let them get it in too easily there to get it up to 21-7. You got to do a better job of flushing those bad plays out of your mind and moving on to the next play.
We'll step aside now. This is the Pride of Comanche, the Comanche Marching Band, for your halftime entertainment. That was the Pride of Comanche. We'll take another break. Both teams back out warming up. We'll take a break right here at halftime. 21-0 in favor of Comanche. Right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
The RX Shop is now under new ownership. Jason and Sedana Lanig and their two daughters are longtime residents of Caney and are looking forward to continuing the same great service for you and your family. They're excited for this opportunity to serve our community and invite you to let them help you with your healthcare needs. Call 580-889-3331, 580-889-3331, or come by 872 West 13th Street in Atoka. RX Shop thanks you for shopping local.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
There's something about Texas and Chevy. The Colorado, the Silverado 1500, the Silverado HD, and the Silverado EV. A Chevy lineup designed to tackle what Texans take on every day.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and now get $6,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus, Texas residents can get $3,000 bonus cash on Silverado LT models.
Looking for the perfect outfit or a unique gift? Visit Triple Heart Boutique. The latest trends in women and children's clothing, stylish accessories, and charming decor. Show your team pride with their exclusive Spirit Wear collection. Need an energy boost? Stop by for one of their refreshing teas and stay glowing all year long with their tanning and red light beds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 6 to 6 and Saturday 10 till 2. Visit Triple Heart Boutique at 117 North Main Street in Coalgate.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Brown's Funeral Service in Atoka, Coalgate, Durant, and Medill are proud to be a part of the communities they serve. Since 1994, Brown's Funeral Service has proudly supported nonprofits, police and fire departments, local military members, and area schools. The staff at Brown's Funeral Service takes great pride in these endeavors because they realize it's more than being in business. It's about being a thread in the fabric of our community. Brown's Funeral Service, where service begins but never ends.
And we're back here as we conclude the Flower Garden halftime show. Again, the Flower Garden will help you kick off any special occasion, both big and small, with an array of floral options. You can customize your own arrangement or save your stress and time and let our experts do it for you. Call the Flower Garden at 927, that's awfully loud, 9100. So Blaine, the Wildcats will have the ball here to start the third quarter. There's some keys here to the third quarter for the Wildcats to try to claw themselves back into this ball game.
Well, you've got to have a good, clean first possession offensively here, and it really needs to end in points. Really needs to end in 7. Get you back in this game, get you feeling like you're back in this game. And, you know, the biggest thing offensively, for the most part, you've moved the ball pretty well. Turnovers have been the issue. Got to take care of the ball and keep getting yourself in some second and third manageable, stay on schedule. Don't get behind the sticks and move it down the field.
Again, we flip the sides here, flip the field. Wildcats going left to right on your radio dial. Comanche right to left. Pretty big, important first drive here for the Wildcats. Maybe the biggest drive of the season here for Coalgate. Trying to get some points back on the board. Here's the kickoff. Kick short at the 30 on the ground, and the Wildcats just have to fall on it. At the 30-yard line, the Wildcats, that's where they'll start. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, fortunate you had a couple of guys there to get back on that after you couldn't catch it cleanly. Wildcats will start. Looks like they're setting it down about the 31, almost up at the 31. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats.
So the drive that the Wildcats did score on, Davis Grant with some big runs at quarterback.
You got on the edges. You use your speed on the edges a lot on that drive. I think that's a big key offensively.
Shotgun formation, Kobe Brown in at quarterback. It's going to be a handoff, Hemphill up the middle. And he's hit at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a couple of yards. In fact, they're going to give him about 1 is all they're going to give Hemphill. Down to the 33-yard line. We'll give 2. It'll be 2nd and 8 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, tough run, not much there, but good job of falling forward, getting a couple of yards out of it to make it 2nd and 8.
3 receivers now to the right side of the formation. Hemphill in the backfield, flanking Brown to his right.
Boy, nobody in the middle of the field at all.
All the safeties are playing down. It's going to be a jet sweep to Davis Grant.
Coming
and
back
it'll be
on a hold.
Flag thrown in the backfield. Grant does get a couple of positive yards, but a flag thrown in the area of holding, and it is going to be a hold against the Wildcats. Trying to stretch that out. That was a long developing play from the far hash, trying to get to the near side. Well, the offensive lineman just held on a little bit too long. That'll be a 10-yard spot foul. Flag is thrown at the 30, but they may be marking it at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they were stepping it off from the line. They're going to put it at the 23.
So it'll be 2nd and 18 now for the Wildcats. Not what you wanted to see as far as direction of play, that Wildcats going backwards on that hold.
But if they're going to keep giving you this look with nobody in the middle of the field, you're going to have to exploit it at some point up the seams.
Almost got an offsides. Yeah, there's no safety.
There's nobody in the middle of the field.
The linebackers are the
yards.
furthest away. Kobe Brown looking to throw, trying to set up the wide receiver screen. It falls incomplete. Trying to set up a wide receiver screen. 3rd and 18 now for the Wildcats.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not able to bring that one in. Had some blocking set up in front of him if he could have. Don't know if he was going to get all 18 right there, but was going to be able to get a pretty decent chunk of it. Now you've got 3rd and really long here, 3rd and 18 from your own 23-yard line.
Now Comanche bringing back their safety. 3 receivers to the right. Hemphill still in the game. Here's the pass. Has time, throws deep across the middle and through the hands of Lackey. Thrown a little bit behind him, but it falls incomplete. Probably a catch that he probably makes 90% of the time.
Yeah, a little bit behind him. He had Easton Loudermilk running a route a little short of him as well. I wonder if Loudermilk got a little bit in Lackey's vision a little bit there too, as far as trying to catch that ball.
Yeah, the way the catch was, it was kind of like Lackey thought that Loudermilk was going to catch it.
Yeah, I think there was
caught
some
him
of
off
that.
guard.
Yep.
So got to figure a punt's coming up here for the Wildcats. The ball spotted at their own 23-yard line. Nobody back to receive the punt for the Comanche. Here's the punt. Just barely gets it away. Hits at the Comanche 45, takes a Coalgate roll, and it's going to be downed at the Comanche 41-yard line. So the Wildcat offense goes backwards on that first offensive series, and now a big defensive series here coming up for the Wildcats. Is every series now from this point forward here in this second half is going to be big for the offense and the defense.
Yeah, you're going to have to get stops, and at some point you may have to find a way to get a turnover as well if you're the defense and set yourself up in kind of some plus field position. Unfortunately, offensively, that hold just pretty well ended the drive. The hold on second down, pushing it back to 2nd and 18. Just can't have those type of penalties. Those are drive killers.
You've still got the backup quarterback in for Comanche. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the right. Smith flanking the quarterback to his left. It's going to be a handoff. Smith dancing in the backfield. Met in the backfield and wrapped up, taken down. Good job there. I believe it was Jace Burris, the first Wildcat back in the backfield. And Smith goes backwards for a loss of 2 back to the 39. It'll be 2nd and 12 now for the Indians.
Yeah, you had Jace Burris, and then Rowdy Hemphill got in there as well at the end, cleaning that up. Good play on first down defensively, loss of 2 to make it 2nd and 12.
Same formation, 2 receivers to the right. Shotgun, gets a snap, quarterback draw the whole way, up the middle, pushing the pile, crossing the 40 down to the 44, a good spot there by the near side official to the 45.
His knee's down a full yard shorter than that.
Yeah, they give him a full yard. It's down to the 45. It's now 3rd down and 6.
Not trying to gripe too much, but that one's right in front of us. He got a full extra yard on that. As it is, 3rd and 6 from the
Shotgun
45.
formation, 2 receivers to the right, Smith in the backfield. It's a pass. Back to pass, has time, throws to the near side, throws it into the dirt, falls incomplete. Now 4th down and 6. Kind of a big play here for Comanche, Blaine.
Yeah, you would think they're on their own side of the field up 14. I fully expect them to punt this.
That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to line up to punt. But this is the part of the field where you might
I would be
look
wary
for a fake.
I would be wary of a fake, but what I was going to say is you got them into the situation you needed to get them into with the backup quarterback. You got them in a 3rd and longer where they had to throw it, and you did a good job of getting off the field that time.
Here's the punt, and it's going to be blown dead.
False
start against Comanche. So that'll back them up 5 yards. But, Blaine, we talked about that 3rd down pass play. It was because it was a negative 1st down play.
Right.
That's where all these series starts, is that play. 1st down almost
was
dictates what you do the rest of the downs.
Yeah, you got a negative 1st down play, and then, not a great defensive play 1st down, but you didn't give up a big play. You gave up 5 or 6 on 2nd down where it was still 3rd and fairly long. That's the recipe for success on defense. Win on 1st down.
Seen a huge hang time here by the punter last time. See what happens here. Coalgate selling out for a block. It's a deep punt. Fielded by Stowe at the 25, and that's exactly where he's taken down at. A dangerous kick return there by Stowe as he was met immediately.
Yeah, not a lot of room on that one. Just got a yard or 2 after catching it. Did a good job of catching it and hanging on, though, as the defender were nearby. And Wildcats take over for their 2nd possession of the second half, 1st and 10 from their own 27.
Again, this broadcast brought to you by First Bank. At First Bank, they help real people just like you take on real opportunities. From day-to-day challenges to life-changing dreams, First Bank is here for you, here for possibilities. Visit firstbank-ok.com, member FDIC. Kobe Brown in at quarterback, shotgun formation, 3 receivers again. Nobody in the middle. Stowe in motion, handoff to Hemphill, has some room to the edge, to the 35,
got a lot
to
of
the
room.
40, to the 45, to the 50, and he's knocked out of bounds at the Comanche 46-yard line. That may be Hemphill's longest run of the year, Blaine.
Oh, definitely
I think I'm pretty confident in saying that. Hemphill, kind of your short yardage back.
That is a 27-yard scamper by Rowdy Hemphill there. Really good job. Really, the way they had them spread out, there was just nobody over there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even necessarily say it was blocked up that great. There was just nobody over there, and Hemphill did a good job of taking advantage of it, getting it all the way down to the Comanche 46.
Because Bryson Stowe moved the only defender that was over here.
Yeah, just cleared him out.
Cleared him out with that motion play. Now it's 1st down and 10 from the Comanche 46. And a flag is thrown. No gain on the play.
Not sure what the flag is going to be.
The flag was thrown by the near judge. It's going to be a false start against the Wildcats. So probably should have blown the play
that they
dead.
didn't shut the play down.
I think they got Hemphill rocking forward. It looked like he was moving forward a little bit before the play started, but nonetheless, they let him play, so that play actually doesn't count.
Right.
It'll be 1st down and 15 back to the Coalgate 49-yard line. So now back-to-back offensive possessions where the Wildcats have self-inflicted with a penalty. Holding on the last offensive series and a hold here. Jet Walkup back in the game at running back. 3 receivers to the left. 8:25 to go here in the third quarter. Brown gets the snap. Quick pass to Loudermilk down the seam, up the middle to the 40, to the 35, stretches across the 35. Has enough to move the chains. That's a pickup of about 16 yards. Needed 15 down to the 35. It's 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats.
Yeah, good job of hitting them in the middle of the field that time. The middle of the field's open. Got Loudermilk up the seam for 16 yards on a 1st down. Nice play.
Same formation. Comanche's giving you the same formation. Quarterback does, draw up the middle. Loses a defender, crossing the 35, taken down to the 30. Good 5-yard pickup there by Colby Brown.
Yeah, good tough run, just kind of patiently picking his way, getting all the way down to the 30 for 5 yards on 1st down there, setting you up with a nice, manageable 2nd and 5 from the 30. And what they're doing is they're playing man, and because you have 4 and 5 receiver sets out here, it's drawing those safeties into a man look the way they're playing it, and it's leaving the middle wide open. They're giving a lot of cushion
They're giving
to
about
Davis
a
Grant
10-yard
as well.
cushion.
Could pitch it out there to Davis Grant and get 5 or 6 yards really easily probably.
Here's the play, shotgun formation. It's a pass to the far side. I think that slipped out of Colby Brown's hands as Lackey was the intended receiver. That's another long pass play from the near hash to the far sideline.
Yeah, near hash pretty well all the way out to the numbers on the far side. That's a long throw, and it looked like it kind of slipped out of his hands a little bit.
It looks like Davis Grant is going to come back in at quarterback.
Hold on. They called a penalty. They're stepping off, called a false start. Once again, didn't shut the play down, but called a false start.
So
blow
false
the
start
whistle and
against
shut
the
the play down
Wildcats.
if you're calling a false start.
It's now 2nd down and 10, back to the original line of scrimmage to the 35. Davis Grant in at quarterback. Yeah, that's,
So now you got
that's
2nd and
unusual
10.
that you've seen the false start play but not blowing the play dead. False start's a pre-snap penalty. 3 receivers to the left. Davis Grant in at quarterback, trying to get to the edge around the left side, cuts it upfield to the 30, gets some of that penalty yardage back.
Got most of it. Looks like they're marking him at the 31.
Close at the 30. Yeah, I think he's going to be a yard shy of the 30. No, it's right at the 30. So gets the false start penalty back, but now it's 3rd and 5. Probably 2-down territory, Blaine, here. Here on the Comanche 30-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. Stowe in the backfield with Grant.
Yeah, definitely 2 downs here to get 5 yards.
Tucker Ward in at receiver on the far side. Gets the snap. Grant keeps it himself, trying to get to the edge. He does, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, and he's taken down inside the 20 down to the 23-yard line. Moves the sticks. Davis Grant with another 1st down and 10 for the Wildcats.
Once again, kind of the same thing as the play with Hemphill. Just kind of cleared that side out with what the action ended up being as far as what was going on the edge, and Grant just fast enough to outflank everybody and get that would be about a 12-yard run for a first down to the 18.
3 receivers to the left. Viss, your lone receiver, to the right. Grant and Stowe in the backfield. 20 seconds still on play clock. 5.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. The Wildcats are threatening now inside the red zone. Grant gets the snap. Another handoff. Stowe up the middle, has some room to run to the 15, and that's where he's taken down at. Actually going to give him down to the 14. Picks up 6 yards.
Yeah, had pretty good room there.
I didn't quite give him 6.
Got about 4.
Got about 4.
4 down to the 14.
My
Make
mistake.
it 2nd and 6.
Same formation. Grant gets the snap. Another handoff. Stowe up the middle. Tries to shed a defender down to the 10. Got 4 more, very now manageable. 3rd and about 2 coming up here for the Wildcats.
And that's what we're talking about when we say stay on schedule. Now you're at 3rd and 2 at the 10. You got 2 plays to get 2 yards and get a first down here. Definite 4-down territory for the Wildcats. Probably going to go, looks like you're bringing in the big package, maybe getting in the wishbone here.
Maybe the
again.
wishbone formation here. Brown coming back in at quarterback. I believe you're going to go wishbone here for the final 2 yards. Ball spotted right at the 10. They need to get to the 8. Wildcats will break huddle and quickly up to the line of scrimmage. They don't waste any time when they get there. Brown under center. Gets the snap. Handoff. Stowe tries to get to the edge. Crosses the 10. Has the first down, or at least right at the first down.
He's
believe
awfully
forward
close.
progress is going to get him to the 8. And
Got a
another
flag
late
at the
flag
end.
coming in.
They've got him at the 8 pending the penalty, which I believe would be a first down. We'll see what the penalty is. Seemed like it was definitely after the play.
Dead ball. It
On
is another
Comanche.
personal foul against Comanche.
So it'll definitely be a first down now.
Yep.
Be half the distance to the goal. You'll have it at
Be
the
down
4.
at the 4. So it'll be 1st and goal now from the 4. Another unsportsmanlike penalty. Blaine, I think that's 3 or 4 called against Comanche tonight with 1 ejection. I think Coalgate has 1, and that was on the head coach.
Right.
So the ball spotted at the 4.
Yeah, and it will be 1st and goal from the 4 after that penalty.
So we've seen that wishbone package. Stowe trying to break it out the outside instead of running it up the middle. That last play. So Wildcats again with another golden opportunity here to score, to try to claw themselves back into this ball game. Wishbone formation. Brown going under center. Gets the snap. Handoff. Stowe cuts it back up the middle. Met pushing the pile, and I think he might have got to the 1.
Oh, goodness. They're marking him all the way back at the 2.
Well, the far official's at the 1.
Yeah, the near official, I think, is what's going to have
the
the
1. It's right at the 1. No, it's at the 2. They give him a couple of yards on that run. It's just hard to tell from this vantage point.
Yeah, we're not – the box here is not very high.
Same formation, wishbone. Brown going to go under center. It's going to be a quarterback sneak.
Definitely no way to tell from here if he's in. I think he might be a little short.
Got a yard. It was.
I think he got to the 1.
Brown went in, and then he kind of pulled out and then went back in again, trying to get that extra yardage. He got 1. So it'll be 3rd down and goal from the 1 as they're still trying to clear the pile.
The only bad thing with this is you're still down 2 scores. I know we're still in the 3rd quarter, but you're bleeding off more clock the more times it's taking you to get in here.
2:50 and now 2:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 3rd and goal from the 1. Same formation. Handoff, Stowe. Met in the backfield, falls forward, breaks the plane. Strike up the band. Touchdown, Bryson Stowe.
Good job of just kind of getting slippery, slipping through that hole and getting into the end zone, getting the Wildcats back within a 1-possession game here. Big touchdown.
Now a big extra point upcoming for the Wildcats here. Jet walk-up. Awaiting the extra point here. Snap back, ball down, kick on the way. The kick is up, and the kick is good. 21-14, 2:33 to go here in the third quarter. The Wildcats aren't dead yet. They get some points on the board. We'll take our first break of the second half right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
No one likes the hassle of going to the tag office. That's why Cole County Tag Agent Leslie Battles and staff work to give you prompt service. Open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5:30, and even through lunch with no appointment needed. Cole County Tag Agency is a full-service motor license agency, providing registration renewals and title transfers for all types of vehicles, including boats, motorcycles, and ATVs. Driver's license renewals, real IDs, notary service, and now Pike Pass pickup location. Cole County Tag Agency, 28 North Main in Coalgate, a proud sponsor of Coalgate Athletics.
When it comes to gifts that wow them, start your journey at the Flower Garden at 32 North Main in Coalgate. Whether it's planning that big event or you just remembered your wedding anniversary midway through the workday, the Flower Garden can get the gift you need right and on time. Follow the Flower Garden on Facebook or book online 24/7 at theflowergardencolgate.com. The Flower Garden, proudly serving Coalgate and surrounding areas since 1945.
And we're back after that scoring drive for the Wildcats. Inches closer to the Indians, 21-14 now in favor of Comanche. After that long drive by the Wildcats, set up by the 1-yard run by Bryson Stowe. Here's the kickoff. Kick to the near side, fielded at the 32, and he steps out of bounds. That's the worst thing that he could have done.
Yeah, he
probably should have just let it go.
He called for fair catch, too. If he don't try to catch it, it's probably going to go out of bounds. Big break, field position-wise. I say big break, 7 or 8 yard difference.
8 yards, yeah.
That last drive, though, just to recap, 12 plays, 73 yards, capped off by the 1-yard Bryson Stowe touchdown run out of the wishbone to make it 21-14.
Second rushing touchdown for Stowe tonight.
Yes.
That now puts Stowe at, I believe, 4. That's 4 rushing touchdowns on the season. Team leader in that particular category.
And now after the fair catch on the kickoff, Comanche will have it 1st and 10 from their own 28.
So we've seen Comanche at times have a lot of success with the quarterback draw up the middle. Again, we talked about team speed. Coalgate may have a little bit more team speed on the edge. See what Comanche decides to do here. It's going to be a pass out of the shotgun. Has time, going to throw it deep down the field. Has a man open, and it is caught.
He's out of bounds.
No, yep, they said he's out of bounds.
That left foot came down out of bounds before the right foot hit inbounds. Thankfully, because they had it set up and he had the defender beat.
That was Cato Pebworth on the defense. That was number 24. And I don't know that that was number 5, my apologies. Rylan White, the junior receiver. Have seen him made a couple of plays tonight. And looks like they're really, when they're passing, they're going to this side. They're going kind of toward Pebworth. Falls incomplete, 2nd and 10 now for the Indians. Stops the clock with 2:23 to go. Wildcats loading up in the box. It's going to be a quarterback draw up the middle and met in the backfield.
That's how you just sell out and fire off the ball to begin with. Good job.
Back at the 26 is where the near side official is marking it.
Couldn't tell who that was. I want to see coming off the pile. That was Burris.
Yeah, that was Jace Burris.
That really just shot through there like he was shot out of a cannon right at the snap and got in the backfield and blew that one up for a loss of 2 back to the 26. Really nice play. Now you got them right where you want them again.
Yep.
3rd and 12, obvious passing situation. You just got to cover these outside receivers.
If you're going to, and Wildcats have shown blitzing here on these 3rd and longs. You kind of got to see if you can get home with one of these blitzes. The backup quarterback not comfortable when he's under pressure. Blitz coming from the edge.
There you go.
And Davis Grant wraps him up, and he's going to go down for a big loss. Davis Grant coming in on that late blitz around the left edge and goes backwards, and another punt coming up now for the Indians.
Using that team speed on the edges. Got Grant, walked all the way down to the line of scrimmage from his safety position. Just came off that left edge of the Indian offensive line and got right around the tackle and into the backfield for a sack, an 11-yard loss on the play.
Wildcat defense has bowed their neck here in the second half. Forced 2 punts. Here's the punt, standing at his own goal line. Caught by Stowe at the 40. Up to the 35, still on his feet, back to the middle. The flag comes in.
in
He's
the
got some
middle.
room to run to the 15, to the 10, taken down at the 10. We got a flag in the middle of the field, though. We'll see. It may be a block in the back.
Definitely thrown in that area that you would think it's probably a hold or a block in the back. We'll see what the call is.
Comanche.
He ended up getting all the way down to about the
7 or 8.
9 yard line.
I believe it's going to be against Coalgate, so this will be coming back. It's a crackback block against the Wildcats. That'll be a 15-yard penalty from the 29.
So you're still going to get a good field position out of this. You should have it at about the 44 once they step this off in plus territory. Basically, you're going to have it where you would have had it if you fair caught it instead of returning it.
Yeah. Again, kind of the crackback block. It's more of a safety penalty is what it is. You can't just come back. I believe the defender has to be squared. Their shoulders have to be squared to you in order to block them.
Used to, you could kind of get them in the side and be okay, and anymore they don't really even let you get them in the side. They got to pretty well be facing you.
So Coalgate will start this possession.
Looks like at the
43. The Comanche 43.
Yeah, so great field position once again. Still got 33 seconds left in the third quarter here, down 1 score. Really need to pay off this excellent field position and go get this thing tied up here.
Wildcat defense has played really well here in the second half, has given the offense a chance after the offense sputtered on that first offensive possession. Davis Grant coming back in at quarterback. Hemphill in the backfield with him.
They're in man again with nobody deep in the middle.
Comanche giving up the middle of the field. Shotgun formation. Grant gets the snap. Handoff Hemphill around the left side. And he's going to go nowhere. Back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that play. Comanche can tell that the Wildcats are trying to get to the edge, and I think they're bringing an extra man to kind of block up that edge.
Yeah, and Hemphill, he doesn't have the top flight speed like some of the other Wildcats have. Not sure that he's necessarily the runner that I would really be trying to get to the edge with as much. That's just not really his style as a running back.
That's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. The Wildcats get 7 points closer. It's 21-14. I'd suggest you take your break now. We got a good game coming up here in Comanche, 21-14. We'll be back right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
Looking for the perfect outfit or a unique gift? Visit Triple Heart Boutique. The latest trends in women and children's clothing, stylish accessories, and charming decor. Show your team pride with their exclusive Spirit Wear collection. Need an energy boost? Stop by for one of their refreshing teas and stay glowing all year long with their tanning and red light beds. Open Tuesday through Friday from 6 to 6 and Saturday 10 till 2. Visit Triple Heart Boutique at 117 North Main Street in Coalgate.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
And we're back here as we start the fourth quarter. The Wildcats flip the sides of the field. Now right to left on your radio dial, trailing by 7, 21-14. Second down and 10. Davis Grant in at quarterback, gets the snap. Handoff, walk up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage, falls forward.
He was down.
Ball comes out.
He was down.
The official's not marking him down, and it's going to be a turnover by the Wildcats.
Goodness. You could see all the way from up here, he's laying on his back when the ball comes out.
Another turnover by the Wildcats. And potential momentum shift as the Wildcats were driving, and another turnover, another fumble by the Wildcats. And Comanche will take over at their own 41-yard line.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Got to have a little better ball security and not make it close. It looked like he was down from up here to me, but got to hang on to it better, not even let it be a thought of is he down or is he not. Just unfortunate. You had all the momentum, had the ball in plus territory. Defense has got to bow up once again.
Again, Comanche with their backup quarterback as their starter was ejected in the first half. Wildcats loading up the box. Here's the shotgun formation, handoff Smith up the middle, dances around, gets almost to the 45, sheds a tackle, now pushing the pile, will not give up. Gets about 6 yards on that first down run.
Yeah, just a good, tough run. Kept pushing that pile. Wildcats got to get a little tougher, get him stopped a little sooner than that. Gets all the way out to about the 47, almost 48-yard line. Call it the 48. Basically a 7-yard run there on first down.
Second down and 3 now coming up for the Indians.
What you haven't done the last couple drives, you lost on first down that time.
Shotgun formation. Quarterback gets the snap. Another handoff to Smith. Met in the backfield. Makes a man miss to the side, and then Hemphill cleans it up. No gain on that second down run.
Got good sure tackling that time by Hemphill and Woods, both in there on that one. No gain on the play to make it 3rd and 3 from the 48.
Again, the Indians, they do have time on their side. They're more than happy to take time off the clock with a 7-point lead.
Still plenty of time, though. Still 10:40 plus here in the fourth quarter.
Both teams with 3 timeouts left.
Big third down here because it would be, you would think, as long as you don't let them get it to like 4th and half a yard, they probably punt it.
Here's the play. Shotgun formation. Quarterback gets the snap. It's going to be a pass. Steps up to throw. Ball batted down at the line of scrimmage. They're going to call it incomplete. I think, again, that's Jace Burris again. Jace Burris has played well on defense tonight.
Jace Burris has had a really nice night defensively for sure. He's had a lot of good, sure tackles. That big pass break up there, good job getting his hands up in the passing lane because I think he had a receiver open past the sticks if he doesn't knock that down. Big play, and now it looks like they're going to punt, but be wary of a fake with this field position.
This is the perfect spot on the field for a fake punt. Only 3 yards to gain. Bryson Stowe standing back at his own 25. It's a high, booming punt. Caught at the 20, up to the 25.
Oh, he may have something.
He's loose to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, back to midfield, to the 45, still on his feet.
Flag, though.
And tackled from behind. But the flag is thrown toward the end of the play.
Well, it was already on the field. It might be a hold initially before the ball was even kicked. Maybe. We'll see.
Bryson Stowe with a huge punt return all the way down to the Comanche 39-yard line. We'll see what the flag is here.
Man, you could just see that one developing.
Holding against Comanche.
So I think because – can you add that 5 yards on, or do you have to decline it since it was before the ball was kicked? I guess you can add it on probably.
Looks like they're going to add it on. So Coalgate with excellent field position here after that huge punt return by Bryson Stowe.
Yeah,
all the way down to the 29-yard line. Best starting field position of the night for the Wildcats. And another golden opportunity here for Coalgate to potentially tie this ball game here on this offensive series.
Yeah, that was a really nice return. Good vision by Bryson Stowe and really good blocking. They did a good job of setting that up and walling off this whole side of the field. You could see it developing when he came this way and did it without holding or a block in the back or anything to get a huge return. Really nice special teams play there for the Wildcats.
Coach Hopkins, talking before the game, mentioned that they had a plan for a pretty big punt return. They felt pretty confident watching tape they were going to be able to get one off, and we're going to have a false start against the Wildcats. And it just seems like the Wildcats can't get out of their own way here.
Yeah, and that one to me almost seemed like the ball was a little slow getting snapped, if that makes any sense. Kind of seemed like he clapped, and then it was almost like a little bit of a double clutch by the center. And they marked off, I didn't know false start was a 6-yard penalty. We were at the 29, now we're at the 35. That's awesome.
So it'll be first and we'll say 16 for all intents and purposes. Quarterback run up the middle. Davis Grant now bounces to the outside to the 30, to the 25, sheds a tackler to the 20. He's going to be pretty close to the line to gain. I think he might be about a yard shy. He's going to be about a yard and a half shy, it looks like. But a good first down run there now puts Coalgate back on schedule to be 2nd and 2 now for the Wildcats from the 21.
Big play there to get 14 yards on that first down after the penalty. Gets you back to just a 2nd and 2 from the 21. Really nice run, good blocking.
3 receivers to the right, Hemphill in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff. Hemphill gets to the outside edge to the 20, down to the 15. Has enough for the first down. Looks like they're going to mark him out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, good
so the
tough
Wildcats
run.
Again inside the red zone.
Was able to get to the edge and then finished it strong. They set it down right on the 15, looks like. That's a gain of 6 and a first down at the 15. Big play there for the Wildcats.
Wildcats trying to tie this ball game up. 9:15 to go here in the fourth quarter, 21-14. In a huge game here for both these teams. Neither one of them want to fall to 0-2 in district play. 15 seconds on the play clock, shotgun formation. Grant gets the snap, keeps it himself. Quarterback run up the middle, up to the 5, to the almost in. He's in. Strike up the band. Davis Grant lowers his shoulder, lays the boom at the goal line.
Yeah, did
6
a good
more
job.
points for the Wildcats.
He did a good job once he got to the goal line. The defender almost went too low, too soon, and he saw that, and he just said, okay, I'll just kind of roll right over the top of you into the end zone. Big play, 15-yard touchdown scamper for Davis Grant, trying to get this thing even, pending the jet walk-up extra point.
Yeah, the safety, I believe, made a business decision when he saw Davis Grant running downhill with a head full of steam. Here's the snap. It's a bad snap.
Oh, just run it.
Grant being chased from behind. He throws it. Ball's incomplete. That'll be no good. So that could be big, Blaine. It's 21-20 on a bad snap on the extra point. 8:56 to go. We'll take a break. We'll be right back here. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
Genesis Abstract and Title is dedicated to doing things right while providing a positive customer experience. At Genesis Abstract, they use advanced technology such as fully automated records to expedite the process and avoid delays. Their friendly professionals are ready to serve you and will take care of every detail to make your buying and selling process an easy one. Genesis Abstract, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 at 410 East Court Street in Atoka. Your source for quality abstracts, title insurance, and excellent closing solutions.
There's something about Texas and Chevy. The Colorado, the Silverado 1500, the Silverado HD, and the Silverado EV. A Chevy lineup designed to tackle what Texans take on every day.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and now get $6,350 total value on this Silverado. Plus, Texas residents can get $3,000 bonus cash on Silverado LT models.
And we're back here after 6 points on the board. Missed extra point for the Wildcats on the bad snap, as Comanche will continue to lead by 1, 21-20. But Blaine, it's been all Wildcats here in the second half. Wildcats with 2 touchdowns. And we don't think Comanche has a first down. Kicks it into no man's land, picks it up at the 25, and sheds a tackle. Now has some room to run to the 30, still on his feet, to the 40, to the 45, to midfield. And another missed tackle by the Wildcats. Had the kick returner back at the 30-yard line. An extra 20 yards. And Comanche sets up with good field position here to start their offensive possession. Already on the Coalgate 47-yard line.
Yeah, you got to tackle. It has not reared its head too awful much in the second half, but it did there on the kick coverage team. You got to tackle. And, yeah, some second-half stats so far. First of all, that last drive was 3 plays for 35 yards, capped by the 15-yard Davis Grant touchdown run. Second-half stats, Comanche has negative 2 yards of offense.
Comanche, again, will start this this series on the Coalgate side of the 50 at the 47. Again, backup quarterback in for Comanche. Has made a few plays tonight in the air. 8:45 to go. You probably figured Comanche's going to try to milk this clock. Gets the snap. Handoff. Smith up the middle. Has some room. Crossing the 45. Down to the 40. And that's where the pile stops. Forward progress is going to get to the 39. Picks up about 8 yards on that run. It'll be 2nd down and 2 now for the Indians.
Yeah, that's just too much giving up on first down. You got to win first down. Giving up 8 yards on first down is not going to cut it. That's letting this offense live exactly where they want to live in 2nd and shorts. 2nd and 2 from the 39.
Same formation. 2nd and 2. Comanche gets the ball. Quarterback draw up the middle. Has the first down to the 35. And that's where he's taken down. They're going to spot him at the 34. Moves the chains. First down and 10 for Comanche. Again, a touchdown.
Still just a one-possession game.
Touchdown and an extra point doesn't end it. It just makes it an 8-point game. Wildcat defense trying to prevent that from happening, though. Ball spotted at the 33-yard line. Play clock now at 23. Comanche not letting the clock bleed as much as I thought they would. Quarterback draw up the middle, just follows the pile, crossing the 30, down to the 29. Again, you kind of got to wonder,
poor tackling starting to rear its head a little bit. You should have had him wrapped up for basically no gain at the line of scrimmage. You let him squirt free for 4 yards there on first down.
2nd down and 6 now coming up inside the 30 to the 29. 7:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's a one-score game.
And I think schematically what Comanche's doing a little different on this drive, they're playing with a third receiver more than they have been.
Here's the play. Another handoff. Smith tries to get that left edge. Cuts back to the middle, though. Only gets a couple of yards on that run. We'll say he got 2. It'll be 3rd and about 4 coming up here for the Indians.
Yeah, good job limiting him to just about 2 yards on that play. But I think that's what Comanche's doing more of. They're going more 3 wide instead of 2 wide. Kind of trying to spread the Wildcats out just a little bit more, probably helping them get a little bit lighter box defensively to try to run against.
3rd and 4. Here's the shotgun play for Comanche. Quarterback draw up the middle. Met in the backfield. Taken down, though, at the line of scrimmage. Does fall forward. Jet walk up in there on the tackle. Down to the 26-yard line. Got 1 yard on the play. It'll be 4th down and 3. Huge 4th down play here coming up for both teams.
Yeah, got to do it again if you're this Wildcat defense. You did it. You held up there. You only gave up a yard. 4th and 3. Got to think something very similar to that play is coming again. Got to be ready for it. Got to get tough.
The majority of their runs have been straight up the middle tonight on these quarterback draw plays. The play clock's not even running. It's stuck at 40.
Why is the play clock stuck at 40?
It's not running.
Surely the back judge is keeping it at least.
Here's the shotgun play, 4th and 3. Comanche, handoff. Smith has the first down.
Oh, I say he does. He's right at.
It's going to be close.
He's right at the sticks.
The near judge runs in at the 23.
23 is going to be like you might have to get.
They didn't mark it at 23.
He's at the 24. He's short. He's short.
That should be 4th. That should be a
Where
turnover.
Where they put it down, that's a turnover on downs.
Now he moves the ball
now
forward.
Let's move the ball forward. I think it's still short. He's not all the way to the 23. You got to at least measure it if you're going to look at it this long.
And that's what the officials are going to do. I think we're going to see
I think he had to get all the way to the 23, and I don't think he quite got all the way to the 23.
It's hard to tell from our angle. Again, this is a lower-tiered press box. Our vantage point is really better the higher we can get.
I don't think that's all the way to the 23.
I don't know where if the first down marker got it right at the 23.
I think it was. We'll find out here in a second. I think he's going to be about a football or half a football short.
He got it.
He just
by the
got
nose.
it.
By the nose of the football, he got it. So a 4th down conversion there by Comanche. Now 5:22 to go. Now you're kind of getting in the area. If a field goal is not a bad idea. If the Wildcats are able to keep the offense at least to a field goal attempt.
Yeah, you're getting to the point where you start thinking about how soon do you start thinking about maybe taking some timeouts on defense to save some clock.
Here's a shotgun formation, and they're going to blow this play dead. Hey, it's a false start they blow dead.
Hey,
Look
we
at there.
can blow it dead.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty against Comanche. It'll be 1st and 15 now coming up for the Indians. Pushes the ball back to the 28-yard line.
Okay, and now this is your chance. You've got them behind schedule now, off schedule, behind the sticks at a 1st and 15. You got to get your stop here.
2 receivers to the right. It's going to be a handoff. Smith gets the edge and then taken down by Walkup, but he lunges forward down to the 23.
Pretty well got the penalty yardage back.
So it'll be 2nd and 10.
But they're helping you out in a lot of ways, though. They snapped that with 20 on the play clock.
Yeah.
And the clock running, the game clock running. And now why is the 40 not started yet? It just now started. It should have started 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, they're really slow on getting the play clock going. The 40 seconds clock starts as soon as the ball is set on the ground. And they're not starting the 40 until a good 5 or 6 seconds after the ball is set. 2nd and 10, shotgun formation. Quarterback draw up the middle.
Tackle.
At the line of scrimmage, and he goes nowhere. Good job there by the interior defensive line. Stops the play. I don't think he got anything on that play,
the 40
Blaine.
should start now.
Right now.
And it's still not running. Just now started running. You lost about 3 seconds that time. The good thing is Comanche's not being very smart about it. They're not taking advantage of it. They're snapping the ball with about 20 on the play clock.
So the game clock itself is at 3:45.
I think if you
get a stop here, I think you got to burn a timeout.
Probably do, yes.
Comanche probably going to go for it. Because
now
you don't want to take.
Finally bleeding a lot of play.
You don't. Clock. Comanche's going to call a timeout here, I would guess.
I would think so.
And that's what Coach Robinson's going to do. We're going to stop the clock with 3:23 to go. We'll take a break. Be back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
45% of people put off buying life insurance according to industry research. Insuring yourself and your family can help you be more prepared in the event of an illness or a tragic accident. Call your local farmer's agent, Lucinda Holland, and discover coverage options you can tailor to your priorities and budget. To learn more about your coverage options, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3745.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Life insurance issued by Farmers New World Life Insurance Company, Bellevue, Washington. Industry research conducted by Lima, and Life Happens in 2021.
Here's a big 4th down play coming up here for Comanche, or excuse me, 3rd down play. 3rd and 10 from the Coalgate 23-yard line for Comanche. Shotgun formation. Going to be a quarterback
out there,
and he's wide open to the 10,
just let him
to the
score
5.
now.
Crosses the goal line, touchdown Indians, but there's a flag on the far side.
You may have a hold.
We'll see when it is a hold against Comanche. This is coming back, Blaine.
Thank goodness.
He was wide open, got that left edge. Coalgate is sold out to stop the run up the middle. Smith got that edge. That's a hold. That's going to negate that touchdown play. The locals are not happy. I couldn't see the hold from here. I couldn't tell if it was a legitimate call or not.
But as wide open as everything became out there, I can definitely believe that there was one, because there was not anybody within 15 yards of him once he got out there.
So that burned 8 seconds off the clock on a down that didn't count.
Right. The clock
and
is
you lose
still
a
stopped,
yard.
though.
Yeah, the clock won't start until the play starts. It's 3rd and 11 now. Back to the 24-yard line. Shotgun formation. Quarterback gets the snap. It's a pass. Steps up, has time, throws far side. Cornerback stumbles, falls incomplete. That stops the clock. That helps Coalgate. Coalgate does not have to burn a timeout. So a 4th and 11 coming up, and we're out of the range of the field goal kicker.
So now, as long as you stop this play, you save all 3 of your timeouts for offense.
Yep.
Didn't have to burn any of them.
3:09 to go here in the 4th quarter. Probably not the call I would have made if I'm Comanche.
Now, Comanche has not had great clock management on this drive. They've snapped it with 15 to 20 on the play clock a lot, and then that play to stop the clock on 3rd down. They could have easily bled another minute and a half, or more timeouts away from
Here's
Coalgate.
a 4th down play, shotgun formation. Has time, throws across the middle, and it's incomplete. Incomplete, and the Wildcats get a turnover on downs. Blaine, the defense has played excellent here in the second half. The defense is the reason the Wildcats have a chance to go down and win this game here. 3:03 to go. The Wildcats with all 3 timeouts, trailing by 1 point. They'll take over at their own 24-yard line.
Yeah, huge play defensively. You got some pretty good pressure on him in the backfield. Almost thought you almost could have got a hold called on the guy trying to block Davis Grant coming around the edge. You didn't need it, as it turned out, with the pass incomplete. But now the clock really not that much of a factor yet, with still 3 timeouts and 3:03 to play.
Davis Grant in at quarterback, Bryson Stowe in at running back. Lots of speed in the backfield for the Wildcats. It's going to be a handoff. Stowe up the middle, crossing the 25 down to the 26.
Only a couple.
I'm not talking bad about anybody, but it seems like we don't get that extra yard that Comanche usually gets. 2-yard gain on that play. 2nd down and 8.
Would like to see a little more urgency here. Let's get to the line and get a play.
Yeah, it's 2:40 now. The clock is still rolling. It's going to be 2:30 by the time they get the snap off. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the left. Here's the play. Quick pass out in the flats. It's Loudermilk caught up the seam, falls down to the 35. That is a first down. That'll stop the clock momentarily. Loudermilk using his big basketball body to post up there in the middle.
And the way they're playing on defense, you have that play right there anytime you want it, pretty much. They're not covering the middle well. Still a little over 2 minutes left.
3 receivers to the left. Grant in the backfield, telling Stowe, get over here on the left. Grant gets the snap. It's going to be a pitch to Stowe. And that was a miscommunication the entire way, and Stowe goes backwards. That ought to be a horse collar.
That's a horse collar.
Is that not a 15-yard penalty? He was grabbed from behind on the collar and threw down.
My gosh. My gosh to 2 things on that play. 1, you got to throw the flag there for the horse collar. 2, I don't know why we reversed field and tried to go back that direction.
You've got to call a timeout.
You lost like 8 yards on that.
Coalgate lost 10 seconds on the play there, waiting to take a timeout. Now a minute 31 to go, and you've got a 2nd and about 15 coming up.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 17 from your own 28, and now you're down a minute and a half. I don't know. I'm not questioning the play call. It wasn't executed very well. I think Grant needs to keep it longer before he pitches it. He pitched it too soon,
Yeah.
and then Stowe, was he going to get a big play if he came over here to the near side? No, but he was going to get a positive play, and instead he tries to reverse field, and we lose 7 yards.
You know, at worst, Stowe probably needs to just run out of bounds.
Yeah, he could have run out of bounds. It might have been a 3-yard gain, but at this point in time, that's kind of the bigger thing, is getting the clock stopped than necessarily hitting a huge gain on that play.
So the Wildcats now with 2 timeouts, second down and 17. Ball all the way back at the 28-yard line. They've got to get to the 45.
You're going to have to turn it loose and throw it a little bit here at this point.
3 receivers to the left. We haven't seen much of a passing game tonight for the Wildcats thus far. Grant gets the snap, and it's going to be a quarterback draw up the middle. Has some room to the 40, to the 45, to the 50. It's a foot race to the 40, to the 35, and he's pushed out of bounds. No laundry on the field, Blaine. That's a huge gain. The Wildcats flip the field.
And that's what can happen when everybody thinks, oh, you've got to throw it now with a speedy quarterback.
What do we
run
know?
That draw and get all the way to, looks like where are they putting it, 27,
27.
28?
Wildcats quickly to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the left. Shotgun formation. Hemphill in at running back. Grant gets the snap. Quarterback run the whole way. Follows his blockers up to the 25. Minimal gain, picks up 2, and the Wildcats
burn that other timeout.
Are going to have to burn a timeout here.
No, they haven't yet still.
Nope, clock still running. 1:05, but the Wildcats slow getting the play in.
Got to get a play in if you're not going to burn the timeout.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 25-yard line. 55 seconds to go. Still waiting on a play. Grant, shotgun formation, gets the snap. Quick pass out to the near side of the caught at the Loudermilk. Tries to fall forward.
Okay, now you got to burn a timeout.
Only picks up a couple of yards. I don't think they knew what the play was. A lot of confusion there. So the Wildcats burning valuable time off the clock.
Well, as it is, just to reset, you're down to what is that, 35?
35 seconds.
You have 3rd and 5, from the Indian 22. 35 seconds left. You're down to 1 timeout left at this time. So now you're at the point that the run game is kind of out of it at this point. You, with only 1 timeout left and a 3rd and 5, probably going to have to throw it here, or at least maybe get some type of action where you get Grant rolling out of the pocket, kind of get him on the edge, let him make a decision, run or pass it, something along those lines. But you really need to either get a first down or get out of bounds if possible so you can preserve that timeout if you can.
Remember, the clock stops on a first down momentarily.
And if you get that first down, you got to hustle up to the line of scrimmage and just spike it
And
if
the
you're not going to
sprinklers
call the
have come
timeout.
on the visitor side.
Well, that's lovely.
It doesn't stop the play, though. 3 receivers now to the right side. Shotgun formation. Stowe in the backfield, now in motion out of the back. Grant looking to throw. Has time. Throws across the middle. Got him! 5. Falls forward into the goal line. Strike up the band. Touchdown. Easton Loudermilk from Davis Grant, and the Wildcats somehow have taken the lead. 26-21, 28 seconds to go. The Wildcats going to go for 2 here. A field goal does them no good.
What a throw.
That was an inside slant route from Loudermilk. Biggest catch of the year for him. Maybe the only receiver tonight who's caught a ball for the Wildcats.
I'd have to look it up. I believe he probably is.
Wildcats going to go for 2 here.
No, Grant caught one early on when he fumbled, was on a catch. So
Coach Cater's going to call his final timeout here to talk about this 2-point conversion play. We'll leave it here, ladies and gentlemen. 28 seconds to go, and the Wildcats have somehow found a way to come back and take the lead, 26-21. Blaine, coming right at halftime, we considered the Wildcats dead in the water after that weird, wacky end of the first half.
What a response, though. You've owned the whole second half.
Yes.
You finally hit them there and made them pay for the way they've been leaving the middle of the field open. You got Loudermilk up the seam finally. Nice throw by Davis Grant, hitting him right in stride. He did the rest, powering on into the end zone. A good lean at the end and stretch to get the ball over the goal line. Important 2-point conversion here.
Yeah.
28 seconds left. Thing is, you don't want to leave it to chance, but you do feel pretty good. Comanche hasn't shown a lot of quick big play
but what
ability
bothers
tonight.
me is the missed tackles.
Yes.
Missed tackles turn into touchdowns at this point of the game.
But you definitely feel a lot safer if you can get this 2-point conversion and be up a full 7.
It's going to go shotgun formation here. Lackey's going to move in at the tight end spot on the line of scrimmage. Now Viss in motion. Grant gets the snap, rolls to his right, looking to throw back. Has a man wide open. Lackey catches it, but a flag is on the field.
Maybe an illegal formation,
Probably going to be an illegal formation. I think they're going to get –
Did they have Lackey covered up?
I think Lackey was covered up by the receiver who ran in. Yep, it's going to be an illegal formation against the Wildcats. That was a perfect play call. Just just set up wrong. So it's going to back Coalgate up 5 yards.
Yeah, so that makes the try a little more difficult.
Illegal shift against the Wildcats.
Yeah,
so
I don't think it was ended up not being the formation illegal. I think you had 2 people in motion and didn't both fully get set again before the snap.
So now that's going to go empty backfield here for Davis Grant. 3 receivers to the right. 10 seconds on the play clock. 2 receivers to the left. Empty backfield. Confusion on the Comanche defense. Here's the play. Grant under pressure. Throws near side. Wide receiver screen set up by Stowe. Makes a man miss, and he falls forward, but he's going to be about 5 yards shy of the line to gain. So 2-point conversion unsuccessful. We'll leave it right here. We're out of timeouts on our end. 28 seconds to go. 26-21, Blaine. Well, now it's time to tackle.
This starts with cover the kick. Their last kick that you had, last kickoff, you didn't cover a kick very well, and they got it all the way on your side of the field. So that's step 1, cover the kick. And then you have to tackle, okay? And you got to play back, and you cannot, if you're these corners, there's been a time or two you've let somebody get behind you, and they haven't necessarily made you pay big for it yet, but you cannot let somebody get behind you now at this point.
This has been a total team effort here in the second half. The Wildcat defense is really may have played the best half of defense they've played all season long. And the Wildcats have shown some life here in the second half on offense.
Yeah, here's some
long, sustained drives and also quick drives to score.
Just second half stats. Comanche, 14 carries for only 27 yards, 0 of 5 passing it. Wildcats, 21 carries, 141 yards, 4 out of 7 for 50 yards. So almost 200 yards offense to 27 in the second half. That last drive to take the lead, 7 plays, 76 yards, capped off by the Grant to Loudermilk touchdown pass.
So here's a big play here. I think you just kick it straight out of bounds at the 35 and let them start from the 35, in my opinion.
Or if you can land one in no man's land back there where they had to try to field it on a hop, I wouldn't be against that either.
We've seen a couple of plays tonight that missed tackle here and there. And so here's the play. Walkup has the ball teed up at the 40. The Wildcats, improbable 5-point lead. It's been all Wildcats here in the second half. Here's the kick. It's going to be kicked to the far side. At the 20, bounces at the 20, picked up at the 20, bobbled around at the 25. Missed tackle, and he's loose to the 40. Has a man to beat, and Jet fumbles on the ground. We'll see who comes away with it. It's a big old pile over there.
Wildcats think
they got it. We'll see. 22 seconds on the clock. This could be, well, Comanche still has some timeouts.
But they only have 2. It's pretty well ball game if the Wildcats got on it.
Comanche feels confident they got it. Nope, the Wildcats have it.
Got it.
How about that? The Wildcats come away with it.
Jet Walkup
saves the season
Jet
for the Wildcats.
Saved that because he was the only man left to just keep him from getting to the end zone. And not only did he get the tackle, but he stripped him and got the ball out. Huge play.
Could have been a disastrous end for the Wildcats. We have an injury on the field. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll be back here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Coalgate Athletics.
And we're back here. Good to see the Comanche player walk off on his own. 22 seconds left in what was turning out to be a disastrous kickoff return for the kickoff team for the Wildcats. Jet Walkup saves, as he was literally the only one back at the 50-yard line, and not only, like you said, makes the tackle, makes the strip, ball comes out, and the Wildcats recover, and the Wildcats can end this game on 3 kneels.
Yeah, I was just thinking as it was developing, like, okay, just don't let him blow by you. Just get enough of him to get him knocked out of bounds. And instead, he got the strip. Huge play.
So Comanche does have 2 timeouts. We'll see if the Wildcats, Davis Grant gets it, and he's going to take a kneel. Coach Robinson's going to take.
He's not going to take.
He's not going to take any timeouts. They're going to line it up, and that's going to be it, Blaine. The Coalgate Wildcats come to Comanche and steal.
Well, now why are we stopping? He didn't call a timeout, but
they're not.
Okay. Well, the way everybody was standing there for a minute, the
Wildcats come to Comanche, to Stevens County, and they steal one on homecoming night. And the Wildcats move to 2-3 on the season, 1-1 in district play, Blaine. This was as big a win for Coach Cater as he's had in Coalgate.
Yeah, just all the dynamics of it, needing to not start 0-2 in district, really needing to win to get you – going a little bit in the district, get you a district win, and then also just the way the first half went, just especially the end of the first half was kind of a gut punch, the way that wackiness on the punt, and then they end up scoring a touchdown. To go in that locker room and get things sorted out, and these young men come out and have the fight they had in the second half and do what they did, the dominant performance in the second half that they put up, that's a big-time win.
I think this could be one that we look back on the season, And this really points to how tough these young men are. You know, they could have won it at halftime after that weird end of the first half and you know, really felt down on themselves. But they come out firing on all cylinders. The coaches went in, did a really good job, and the kids did a really good job just flushing the first half away and coming out in the second half to steal one in Comanche, 26-21. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with some scores from across the district as well as the end of the game stats. We'll be back right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
In a world full of possibilities and firsts, you need neighbors in your corner, experts who have your back, and a cheering section to keep you going. That's why we're here. For 100 years and counting, we've been the first bank of dreaming big and the first bank of what's next. At First Bank, we believe that anything's possible, and we're here to help you believe it too. First Bank, here for possibilities.
As Oklahomans, we look out for one another, and at Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, it's no different. With agents like Kevin Haney right here in Cole County, we always have someone close at hand with the advice and guidance you need to help you find affordable coverage and products for your home, auto, farm and ranch, business, life, and annuities. Please call Kevin Haney at 580-927-2324 or visit okfbinsurance.com today. Life insurance and annuity products offered through Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company. Property and casualty products are offered through Oklahoma Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance and affiliated companies. Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance, made of and made for Oklahomans.
This is Eric Studeville, inviting you to buy the Studeville way.
Whether you're looking for open roads
or you like them built tough,
there is only one way to buy your vehicle.
And that's the Studeville way.
Studeville Chevrolet, 851 Westside Drive in Durant, and StudevilleChevrolet.com.
And Studeville Ford, 1601 South Mississippi in Atoka, and StudevilleFord.net.
The Studeville family of dealerships,
proudly serving you and your communities.
And we're back here in Comanche as the Wildcats steal one here in Stevens County, 26-21. And what was an exciting game here to call. I hope it was exciting for you guys back at home to watch. Coach Cater and the Fighting Wildcats of Coalgate take one and improve to 2-3 on the season, 1-1 in district play. Blaine has final game stats.
Yeah, final team stats for the Wildcats: 17 first downs, 38 carries for 253 yards, 5 out of 12 throwing the ball for 69 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception. Did end up losing 3 fumbles on the night, so that's not great, but you battled and you got through it. 5 penalties for 33 yards, 7 out of 11 on third down. So a massive improvement over what you were converting third downs at coming into the game. You were only at 25%. You were in the 60s percentage-wise, almost 70% tonight. Did not attempt a fourth down. For Comanche team-wise, 16 first downs, 38 carries, 153 yards, 8 out of 17 throwing the ball for 86 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. They lost 1 fumble, and it was at the very end there on the kickoff. They had 11 penalties for 79 yards, were only 4 out of 14 on third down, were 2 out of 3 on fourth down. But let's just look at the second half. Second half, Comanche had 2 first downs the whole second half. 14 carries for 27 yards, did not complete a pass the whole second half. Wildcats in the second half, 10 first downs, 21 carries for 141 yards, so basically 7 yards a pop. 4 out of 7 throwing the ball, 50 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception, did lose 1 fumble there early in the second half. But really dominant second half performance for sure. Some individual stats: Davis Grant, 10 carries for 122 yards and a touchdown. 1 catch for 19 yards where he fumbled. That was early in the game. 3 out of 4 passing for 34 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception. The big touchdown to Loudermilk there, game-winning touchdown. Bryson Stowe, 14 carries, 67 yards. Let's see who else here. Loudermilk, 4 catches for 50 yards and the big game-winning touchdown. So good individual performances from several Wildcats tonight.
Some scores from across the district tonight. The Dibble Demons kind of proving to be better than maybe anticipated. 48-7 final over Community Christian. Community Christian falls to 0-2 in district play. Them and Comanche, the only two 0-2ers in district play. Coalgate again beating Comanche 21-26. Davis taking their frustration out after a loss last week at Beggs, 51-0, beating Beggs. So Beggs falls to 1-1. Davis at 1-1. There's a whole slew of 1-1ers now in the district. I believe there's going to be four 1-1ers.
Holdenville and Dibble will be the only 2-0.
Tishomingo and Holdenville leaving no doubt. 66-13. Back-to-back weeks of 60 burgers here in the district, beating Tishomingo. And of local interest, Atoka leading by 3 in the fourth quarter, 35-32. So, Holdenville and Dibble will be 2-0. They'll be the only 2-0 teams. Tishomingo, Davis, Coalgate, and Beggs at 1-1.
This is what I'm kind of seeing. They might be in a planet amongst themselves.
He's pointing to Holdenville, for those of you that can't see it on radio.
And then Dibble and Davis obviously have proved that they are very, very close. Game was overtime last week. The way Davis put it on Beggs makes you think that there's probably a pretty significant drop from Dibble and Davis to the next team.
Yep.
Just saying.
Well,
because Beggs was ranked number 7 coming in, and they got shellacked.
This is the Lucinda Holland Farmers Agent post-game show. Lucinda Holland is a farmer's agent serving our community. She is always just a phone call away at 580-889-3347. We talked, Blaine, kind of at the end of the broadcast about how much of a gutsy performance this was for the Wildcats. Can you put into terms kind of how big this is, not only in terms of standings, but in terms of growth as a team? That's kind of been spitting and sputtering in the last couple of weeks. You get Community Christian coming into town next week. It's homecoming at Coalgate. You might be able to rattle off a couple of wins here with Community Christian falling to 1-4 on the season. They're 0-2, but you got to imagine they're going to be looking for a win. Kind of put this into terms how big this win is tonight for Coalgate.
I think it's big for 2 reasons. Number one, it's by far the gutsiest win you've had in a while. I would say probably since Ed Antlers early in the season last year, as far as for a gutsy win like this where you had to make a comeback on the road. Number 2, I feel like in that second half, I feel like you started to maybe settle in a little bit to maybe what your offensive identity is truly going to be, with a lot of quarterback run game, sprinkle in the pass when you can, try to get to the edges. That was kind of the most cohesive identity stretch we've had offensively, I feel like, all year, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like you got in a rhythm doing that. And I know some of that's dictated by who your opponent is and what they do well and what they don't. But it's the most positive we've looked on offense all season.
We've talked all kind of off radio, kind of about what is the identity of Coalgate, and we really haven't found what their identity is. They wanted to be a pass team early. They wanted to be a rushing team early, but Blaine, Coalgate just coming in averaging 2.8 rushing yards per carry. That's hard to say you're a rushing team before tonight. Now, after tonight, that average
second
is
half,
obviously
you were 7 a carry.
It's going to go up. It's going to go up. So maybe, like you said, you've identified yourself as a run-first team. You're getting the offensive line kind of starting to gel a little bit. They've been healthy, but they really haven't seemed like they've meshed well. So this game looks like everybody was kind of pulling in the same direction as the offensive line. You had some success. Davis Grant running the football, Jet Walkup getting the edge, Bryson Stowe hitting the edge. And then when you need that pass play, you've got Easton Loudermilk, who's as sure-handed as we got on the team, making those catches to convert that first down or to get that big touchdown there at the end. So I think you might have seen maybe the coming out party of what this offense will be. And kudos to Coach Hopkins and the defense and how well they played coming out at halftime. I mean, they played lights out.
The defense set the tone because let's not forget, you got the ball first in the second half and did nothing with it. Your first possession went backwards.
Yep.
The defense come out and set the tone and did the same thing to Comanche, got you the ball right back, and then the offense kind of got in a rhythm, began to flow. But, the defense, huge part of this comeback. And, if you're don't know, or you want to do star of the game yet? Or
we're going to take a quick break. Okay. We'll be right back here. We'll take one more final break, and we return here in 30 seconds. This is Wildcat Football presented by First Bank.
I can't believe how much business we're getting with the new sign we put up front. Game days are awesome. What's better than a lifelike sign of your favorite player? Wow, those decals on your ride are sweet. Where'd you get them? These are conversations you could be having when you choose Black Hawk Signs. Signs, banner service, screen printing, embroidery, decals, all at a price you can't dismiss. Professional or just because. Black Hawk Signs, a proud supporter of Coalgate Athletics.
And we're back here on the Lucinda Holland Farmers Agent Postgame Show. If you're looking for an insurance agent who can help you understand your option, call Lucinda Holland at 580-889-3347. As we now move to the First Bank star of the game. Tonight's star of the game is going to go to
Davis Grant. 10 carries, 122 yards and a touchdown, 1 catch for 19 yards, 3 out of 4 passing, 34 yards, 1 touchdown, no interception, 1 fumble. He is your star of the game.
The star of the game brought to you by First Bank. First Bank, a true local bank committed to making your dreams and plans possible. They invest in our communities. They invest in you. Blaine, as we look ahead to next week, it is homecoming in Coalgate next week as the Community Christian Royals come to town to take on the Wildcats. It should be a good game. Another big game for the Wildcats. Kind of maybe starting to establish some momentum if you're able to get by that game. But, have lots of alumni there next week. The homecoming parade in the afternoon. Be sure to come out. I'm sure the pregame homecoming festivities will be about probably 6.
I want to say they start about 6:15.
Something like that. Yep. So a big game next week at Donald Mike Mayer Field. Be sure and come out and join us. If you can't join us, tune in. Again, wherever you were, however you were, we hope you enjoyed the broadcast. We enjoy bringing it to you. That'll do it here from us at Comanche tonight. The Wildcats steal one here over the Indians, 26-21. We'll make the long drive back to Cole County. On behalf of myself, Cody Newberry, Blaine Riley, Lyndon Burnett on the camera, thank you for joining us, and thank you to our wonderful sponsors who give us the opportunity to bring this ball game to you. We'll see you next time. Pre-game at 6:45. Ball game will start at 7 o'clock. Homecoming next week. Join us, Donald Mike Mayer Field. We'll see you then. Right here on 107.5 KZIG, The Rock.
This has been Coalgate Wildcat Football, presented by First Bank. The Wildcats are brought to you by Brown's Funeral Service and your farmer's insurance agent, Lucinda Holland. The Coalgate Wildcats are sponsored by Shamrock Bank and Stuteville Ford.
Left side, blitz coming. Quick pass, far side, caught by Trevathan. Tries to make a man miss. Stiff arm, still on his feet to the 45, to the 40.
The Wildcats are also brought to you by your local Texoma Chevy dealers, Cole County Farm Bureau, and Genesis Abstract.
Gets the snap. Blitz coming. Picked up. Now flush. Throws it deep down the field. Has a man open, and it's caught at the 5. Walks into the end zone. Tate Diaz. Strike up the band. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Coalgate Wildcat Athletics are sponsored in part by the RX Shop, Cole County Tag, the Flower Garden, and Triple Heart Boutique. Thank you for joining us tonight for this presentation of Wildcat Athletics on The Rock 107.5 KZIG.